let me just say, now that we're back, episode 197. I cannot stand that I'm looking at Brando's spell it wrong right now. But, dude, we got a very special guest, a reoccurring guest that we love, Aaron, ARG Image. How are you, brother?
Doing good, man. Feels great to be back. 197, almost 200. Come on, brother.
Yep. Dude, it's
Mm.
it's so crazy how much like this podcast has just changed. Come in, dude. You're one of the D&D boys. You know, it's
Can't wait for that, dude.
I'm so excited, dude.
Should
Tyler,
that be episode 200?
what's up?
Should that be 200? Another
No,
D&D
I feel like
episode?
200 should be like, or I feel like we should like low key like react. Like should try to find some clips where we can react
Mm.
to some of the old podcast. You know what it used to be. You know what it used to sound like.
Okay.
But I don't know. But anyway, Aaron, brother, it's great to have you back. Our D&D brothers in arms, dude. You recently went to Dover, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it out of the way. Let's get the boots on the ground correspondent ARG image for FTS. How was it, bro?
It was actually pretty good. A little cold in the morning especially for May. Like this time last year, I was spending time outside with my daughters, or my other daughter wasn't born yet. We were like chilling in the pool because it was hot as hell out.
Mhm.
And then
Mm.
my hands are like freezing in the morning time at this event, but it was good, man. It was a 2-hour drive for me, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's light work.
Oh, it's not bad.
Dude, that's amazing. You
Oh, yeah.
you probably look you could have like gone home and like slept in your own bed if you really wanted to. You know, it's not.
I did Saturday.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you
That's
go.
so good, dude. That
Yeah.
you know, there's just no other feeling than sleeping in your own bed, right? Especially dude, when you're at a tournament and you have like the sleep deprivation from NXL. That is a legitimate thing, right? If you don't have like a full staff taking care of you guys, you're losing sleep. You know, there's just not enough time in the day to do everything, scouting, all that, without help like that. So, I wish
Yeah.
I could sleep in my own bed for an XL. I'm jealous.
No West Coast NXLs.
No West Coast. One day, bro.
I'm kind of like upset about that. I want them to go back to Huntington Beach.
Dude, I don't think they're gonna let him back just because how messy it is, bro. And just like the way
Yeah,
California is now, because everybody's just a bunch of fucking pussies.
And then Nevada's a big problem too because everyone's complaining.
I mean, bro, the Vegas event, I feel like anybody who actually still questions this, like, no paintball player is like shooting paintballs at structures.
I think the problem is the fact that we're trying to do it at a public park.
For
All the other
sure.
events aren't at public parks. That's the problem.
I think they want the draw in of people like passerbys. They want the foot traffic of just it feeling like a normal place, just with something brand new, completely set up. I don't know. Like I just feel like there's just plenty of actually open fields that you could play paintball on no problem, that are perfectly flat.
It's either that or they just don't want us because of that one water fountain.
That's valid. That's in Kissimmee, right? Florida, the water fountain.
Yeah.
Man, dude,
Yep.
that is.
Dude, everywhere we go.
I think
That's
the one
a
big
tradition.
problem. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Uh, I remember I was watching the PTG podcast this morning, taking a shower, and they were 100% right about this event. There's really nothing by it. So like they sold it as like, oh, it's the Dover International Speedway event,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It was like 8 miles in the other direction. We're in the
Really?
middle of we were in the middle of a field. So like you drive back probably like a mile, 2 miles to this back field in the middle of like the woods opened up into this bowl, and that's where the event was. So they sold it as like the Dover event. And yeah, technically it was by Dover,
Yeah.
but you passed it and it was 8 miles in the other direction. So you had to drive to the statue to take a picture of the statue.
Interesting.
It wasn't on the ground.
Why did they? I wonder why they advertised it like that. Because I mean,
False advertisement.
I even saw photos of people like at the statue, and they're like, oh, whatever the name's, the Motor Speedway,
Mhm.
bro, 8 miles away. Oh my god, come on, guys.
Yep.
That one's kind of like rough to defend if I'm being honest, right?
That's
But
the only reason why I didn't take a picture. I was planning on stopping, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna fake the funk, bro. Like,
yeah,
no.
I heard that it was Tick City down there. Did you get any
Yeah.
ticks while you're down there?
Yep. I put it in the I'm in a Facebook group with a lot of like the other photographers and stuff,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and I was checking. I'm a hunter, so I'm a woods boy. So
You know what that's
I
like.
knew I was like, yeah, I'm like I always check myself anyway. So Saturday night when I got home from the event, just before I took a shower, I was like took my socks off. I was checking like my legs. There was one tick on my
No.
ankle.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the hell? So I took a picture of it and I was like, boys, check yourselves, because a lot of these guys are city kids.
You're a good
So
Samaritan,
they
bro.
don't
You're a good Samaritan.
try and protect the boys, man.
Yeah, I remember the last time I had a tick, I was panicking because I don't remember where I went in the day, but I remember I was here in my room. I was laying down on my bed, and it was a little itchy, so I just scratched my stomach, and I felt something. I looked down, and I scratched it off of me, and I started panicking. I was like, Lyme disease this, Lyme disease that. Well, like, what am I doing? Like,
Well, I mean, have you
it,
guys
it
heard
was,
about
it was fine because it wasn't in me.
have you guys heard about that new shit, the Lone Star tick, where it like have you not heard about this, Caden?
Mm-mm.
Dude, no joke, Google it. I'll explain what I know so far. But it's basically a disease that comes from ticks that makes people allergic to red meat. Or is it meat in general, or is it red meat?
It's red meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's red meat.
So it makes you allergic to red meat. So how, like,
Really?
what, how does
I
that
told
happen?
my one employee was telling me about it, and I was like, dog, I'm a part of the game, brother. I'm just gonna keep eating it till I die.
You know?
Sorry.
It says dairy products too.
Dairy products too? No ice cream? I don't really like
Not the
ice cream,
Greek
but for all the
yogurt,
people,
dude.
no. Dude, I like Greek yogurt for the gains, bro. I've been going to the gym, dude, trying to get jacked like ARG Image.
Brother, tell me about it. I'm loving your journey. I love seeing it up there, dude.
Dude, it's definitely been a journey so far. I really do try to push myself as hard as I can. Like, I took this photo where I was sweating, but then that was after the first like 10 minutes of my workout. Dude, my gray sweatshirt was like all black with sweat, like literally dripping out of my sleeves.
Hell yeah.
And I heard this kind of thing where people who wear sweatshirts to the gym, it's like see the progress when you take it off, like not while you're doing it.
Yep.
So that kind of like struck a chord in me where I'm just like, I would much rather do it like that when I get home and I take a shower. It's like when I look at myself in the mirror in the shower, I want to see it that way. It's a distraction when, there's people that are in the gym and they're, repping curls and they're just like staring at their muscles, going crazy hard. It's like, to me, that's like a distraction, and it's also for me, it's
also
about
a
the
little
journey.
weird.
It is a little weird. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
what would the liberal sissies say? Narcissistic, that's like a pretty big buzzword right now. But, I mean, I don't know. That's just me personally. People are way
I
different.
still wear pump covers, bro.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like,
That was the word, pump cover.
Yeah, pump cover.
I just had the confidence, and I lost. Like I was 330, and I'm down to like I'm hovering between like 258 and 262 right now.
Oh hell yeah!
And I just finally decided, and like I have like my shoulder vein, my bicep vein back. You can see like the separation between my shoulder and my
Let's
biceps
go.
and stuff now. It's like, and like the video I put up a couple weeks ago of like doing the leg pose.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see the striations and the veins like in my quads,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still fat as shit. So I was like, I still wear my pump cover. Well, I finally had the confidence. I was like, I'm gonna hit a shoulder and arm workout today. So I wore a cutoff, like a tank top.
Hell yeah! Big step, big difference
Bro.
between a hoodie.
Bro, I saw cuts and veins like crazy, and I was just
hell
like,
yeah!
Oh yeah.
okay, this is pretty sick. No, this is pretty
Yes.
sick.
It's the progress,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
The discipline, right? The hard decisions, the sacrifice. Because sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh, I do not want to go to the gym, bro. Like it's cold. I could just sit in bed. My bed is warm. I could just play video games. That's my thing. I'd be like, oh man, I could totally be playing Elden Ring right now. But I gotta
Yeah.
go to the gym.
You just go to Planet Fitness? Is that where?
Yeah, I do go to Planet Fitness, dude. The basic of the basic, I mean,
Oh, yeah, my wife goes to Planet Fitness, bro.
and dude, Planet Fitness works, dude. Like one thing I'm super proud of, dude. My girlfriend, dude, she's lost 50 pounds, 50. And I'm like,
Hell
holy
yeah.
shit, you
Yo,
know, dude,
dude.
she's absolutely killing it. And I think that's like, at least for me as a man, I think uh, the hottest shit a girl can do is take care of herself. You know, like be about it. If that
Amen.
makes sense. You know, they
Yes, sir.
they 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 see the reality of what people are nowadays, where you know the average fucking person. I've said this multiple times here, but the average person after high school, like 70% of people never run again after high school. How disgusting does that sound? 70%. You
That's bad.
that is so bad, to where me and my girlfriend we just like, dude, we want to turn our lives around. She's like, I want to lose a lot of weight, you know, just because that having weight sometimes is just hard on your bones. It's harder to move around. And for me, it's like with paintball, right? I want to make sure that, like with Caden, I want to make sure that I'm the best teammate I can possibly be out there, to where there's no excuse. I want to make sure that,
You can play in the snake this time.
you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be in there like swimwear, bro. Come on, let me in. But yeah, dude, fitness. I have such a rocky journey with it, bro. I don't know what it is.
I
Aaron,
should send you the reel. I gotta find it. There's two separate like old people, like in the reel, top and bottom, basically cut in half, and it was like, why do you work out? And then it splits to two old people. One old person's like tying his shoes on his front porch. He's about to go out for a walk. The other old person, he's like getting help from a nurse into his wheelchair, and you can tell like he's in a nursing home or something. But they just keep going about their day. The old man's like walking, he's picking up his grandchildren, he's doing all this stuff. The other dude's just like, I don't know, a sack of crap doing nothing because he's
yeah,
not taking care of himself. But it's these little decisions that you're making now that you're going to keep going along, and it's just going to keep building. So you're going to be more mobile when you get older.
for sure. Like I did
Yeah.
kind of something like to bounce off that. I saw a commercial where it was this old guy and he's doing like kind of like squats, but he's holding these like little dumbbells out and just like doing squats like this. And it's a very interesting looking motion. It doesn't look very orthodox, but then it shows him doing it over and over again day by day, to where what he was practicing for was picking up his granddaughter to put the star on top of the tree, bro. I was like,
Let's
oh
go,
my
dude.
god, dude, I'm a sucker now. I'm unk, dude. That's what I get. I mean, I'm emotional, and that just gets me. I don't know what it is, but stuff like that really does affect me, you know, because
You know, on that topic, Aaron, what I've seen the reels where you've done the vocabulary over the like paintball reels. Like, what inspires you to make those?
It's one, it's like cool stuff that I see. And I remember the last time I talked to you guys said you really liked it, and I know a lot of people like. Dude, I see people sharing them, and they're like reading on their description of them describing how the video like a dude shared my stuff today, and he was like, "I'm so pumped and I'm ready to go for this weekend." I'm like, dude, that's actually really freaking cool that it's like motivating other people. And
Mm.
so I'm like, I don't know, other people are liking it. I kind of need the motivation too for myself. So I don't know. It just feels good to like help other people.
you know,
Hell yeah.
I think some of it is we are around we in a way we are kind of disconnected from a lot of paintball, and the reason why I say that is because, right, Caden, we play Premier and we play semi-pro. We're kind of around that echelon a lot. Aaron, you've videographed semi-pro and pro for a while now.
Hmm.
We don't understand how many other divisional players that have the same exact fire. They're just not doing it as fast as we are. Where they're just like, they want to be pro so bad, and there's tons of kids in the divisionals that really want it. And when they see something like that, without that stuff, I mean, remember the Oliver Lang like fucking diving in the snake kind of shit when we saw when we were younger. You're doing that for other people. The
Yeah,
media game
bro.
the media game has upped its quality so much in the past 2 years than in the past like 10, just because all our equipment is getting so good. Like, look what Verbal's doing with like the motion tracking.
Yep.
Everything is so crispy now, especially at the pro level. It's just great to see where whenever I see one of those reels, I've especially when I'm like laying, I see the reel and I'm like laying in bed and I'm like, God damn it, time to get up. You know,
Yep.
it pushes me, it pushes me to the edge because I know, Aaron, you're being consistent with it. So I'm like, man, like I want to be up there with my guy. You know, when when the gates of Olympus fall, I want to be there shoulder to shoulder with my boy. You know, my Black Knight Paladin brother.
Brother.
You know, brother.
Just one last look to each other before we face the hordes.
You know,
One last look.
I'm in, and I'm in, all in, right? And
I'm just trying to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro. I was gonna fucking yap. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to put out stuff that 16-year-old me, that was just starting the sport. I want to put out stuff like 16-year-old me would look at and be like, "That's sick. That's cool."
Yeah, at least
the
one
old
hell
Ritter
yeah.
Short bus stuff, man. Remember that?
Dude,
Old
I
school.
love short bus, and I understand that it hurts people's feelings. Dude, fuck that. We need that stuff.
Get over it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We need it so bad, right? And I feel like the first kind of short bus ish post we've seen lately is when Thomas Hara snapped his gun in half. The Monday for that, I feel like that's like the kind of closest we've gotten to like that kind of like short bus culture at least in a while, you know, because nothing is better than seeing somebody be goofy, no matter what it is.
Todd Martinez, and he's still goofy.
Dude,
Bro, it's funny as shit.
Todd Martinez in the booth, that is such a refreshing thing because it just reminds me of when I was a kid watching PB Access back in like 2013.
Yep.
Matty Marshall, Todd Martinez, and Rich Telford, bro, that shit was just so good, and they just don't do it.
Would sometimes
yes,
go on there.
Dude, I love Bear.
Yes,
He's funny. For some reason it's funny. I have a friend request from him on Facebook that I've had in my thing for years, and I don't know why. I just haven't accepted it. I don't know why. Doesn't
he like our own SC Village?
I think so. Or is it? I think it's.
Is his dad?
Is it SC Village or is it like Hollywood Sports Park?
I forget which one.
It's some paintball field in SoCal, and he also has another one that's in Texas. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
I think. You know, I could be spreading misinformation. You know, report me, dude. Slap me with defamation. But
I'm calling the liberals right now.
Oh no!
Cancel this guy.
Get them, boys. Get them.
Yep, they're gonna slap me. I'm an ally, guys. I'm an ally. But okay, let's start rounding back to a little bit back towards Dover. I noticed some of your pictures that you posted on your story where you're like, I wanted way more off the field portraits than on the field.
Yep.
Why is that?
So photos, I didn't get paid by any team to do photos for this event.
So you went all yourself.
All myself. I just wanted this stuff for myself. And I don't know. I've been doing this for like 5 years. So I don't know. It's easy to get an on-field shot. It's super easy. You don't get to see the person's face. And I just wanted to like change it up because I was videoing, like I said, I was videoing for Fit. I was videoing for Tauntaun Arsenal. And then I had a couple of D3X teams as well. So I was like, Tauntaun's had afternoon position, PB Fit had morning. So, and plus I just want to get a bunch of content for myself too, because I got a new camera. I'm shooting like 4K 60 now, so like way better footage and stuff. So I want to get a lot of content. But I was like, you know what? I had my other camera, my old DSLR. So I was like, put that little nifty 50 on there. I'm gonna go around the pits, take some photos of like people I wanted to take photos of, friends. Archie Barnes Jr. just looks all the time, just looks like he's mad and just wants to run through a bus for some reason, and I love it.
Shout out
So I was
Archie,
just
bro.
like, screw it.
Love that guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
He looks good in blue. I'm dude. Considering that he was one of my,
Looks a lot better.
he was a teammate of mine in the past. Whenever I see a previous teammate of mine succeed, it gives me some kind of warmth in my heart, whether it be paintball or real life. Like especially real life, when I see them like go into some kind of entrepreneurial adventure and we see him succeed, like that brings happiness to me. And seeing Archie in blue makes me nothing but happy.
You know who's weird to see in blue, but it's a welcomed weird, is Stephen O'Mara.
Oh yeah,
Seeing him in blue is weird, but actually pretty cool.
absolutely. I think that I love the content that he's doing. I feel like now that he's on Dynasty, they must have been like, hey, dude, you got to shoot content because you're on Dynasty now, buddy.
Wait, he's actually putting out content now?
Yes. I mean, he does a ton of
What?
like Ray-Ban meta footage. Or it's either Ray-Ban or Oakley, whatever, meta footage.
The camera, yeah.
And I think it's super good. I think that the stuff where you're just meandering in the pits, talking, figuring it out, or like your morning routine where you're like boring up paint. Oh, dude, a lot of people they're just like, all right, well, let me just gas my gun up and run it. You know, so it's nice to see.
Alex and Ryan were probably like, yo, dude, your Facebook is dead. You need to do something.
Yes, especially because you're on Dynasty, right? You're kind of playing. I wouldn't say you're playing a character, but you have a responsibility on Dynasty to be part of that dragon. And what the dragon does is it grows the game in every sort of aspects. Exactly, and it has a spotlight.
100%.
So it's like if you're not using that spotlight, you're not benefiting the team as much. You have to benefit.
There's a lot of controversy about Dynasty's call when they were hitting the buzzer against what was it? Was it Fit they were going against? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember they were trying to discuss it even after. Like I think Spick and Span show was trying to go over it, or play the game. One of them. Yeah, they didn't get it.
No, I know for a fact they didn't get it. I was out there recording that point, and I have to pull that footage up because I got it.
You got the score in the back?
Yes, I panned to the 2-second clock, and they were at. I think they had like 20 or 30 yards left, and I saw 2 seconds, and I just panned the camera over because obviously you want to get like shots of those guys hitting the buzzer, especially at a point like that. So I panned the camera over. I was on Dorito's side, and I looked at the clock, and it was 2-1, and they hit it. So there's always going to be a little delay between the one that you see on the screen and then the actual one on the clock itself, and they didn't get it. So I remember Soup put something up, and Soup's like, I think this is controversial. I'm like, don't talk about this because you weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that to him because then he would, I don't know, put a gun to my head and then have all of his cronies come after me. But it was like, bro, he didn't get it. Which I'm a Dynasty fan, but I was shooting for Fit, so I'm a Fit fan too. So I was just like, I'm just fair and impartial, bro. I could care less.
Yeah, and speaking of Steven Amara. Motherfucker was walking the buzzer in, and then Blake Yarber is full sending, diving over, and Steven Amara is like, fucking dream running like he's getting chased by the Grinch.
He was the closest one too, bro.
That
I was
also
like,
happened in the rushing game.
It did happen in the rushing game.
J-Rab
is like jogging towards the buzzer. Like, bro, I maybe I'm just hypocritical, but I think that if Steven Amara was actually like running for it, and J-Rab was running for it, they would have got it. Is that just me?
I think so.
Like, and I get it. Those guys are players who I think they played a lot of points that match. They could have been tired. They could have been like, when your fucking legs are jelly like that, But it's also like, bro,
they were fighting back.
Exactly. They were fighting back.
It was 1 point Dynasty. The next point Fit came back, and it was this team. Boom. It was just going back and forth. There's chirping in between. Like, it was a good match. I was getting lit up recording it, but man, it was a good match to watch, bro.
I feel like
it was crazy too because
so good.
Dynasty beat Fit in prelims, and that wasn't the first time that they've ever beat Fit.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was funny because it was so scary because when Colt gets like that, like it's very scary. So when he gets like super pissed. So in prelims on Sunday, what he said after they won, Harrison, he was talking shit, doing his thing, and Cyrus was talking shit, and you can hear Colt on the sidelines. He's like, "Don't worry about it, Harrison. I'll see you tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh my god, no!" Who did they pull the next day? They pull fucking Dynasty, bro. Excuse my language. I was like, "Golly, dude."
That's just a great thing because they said it on. I don't know, the Alex and Yosh Garage show. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That they had one episode of like a podcast style platform where they're just teching Field One forces.
Throwing shade.
Right? But what? Throwing shade? Who's throwing shade?
You the podcast.
No, it's one episode. I don't know what to call it yet. It's one episode. What am I supposed to call it yet? You know,
That's fair.
It
That's
is
fair.
cool that it's like
a
just
yap
boys
sesh?
talking over like tech and guns.
Yes, it's I actually loved it. I was playing Minecraft and I have it on my left monitor and I'm like, dude, this is a good ass show. The camaraderie that they have together, obviously that the chemistry of being together for 25 years shows in the conversation. It's just so natural. But what they were saying is they were like making a joke about how Dynasty versus PB Fit, a Dynasty underdog story. Like it's kind of ironic, but that's the way it is. That was the way that it is.
Mhm.
So I thought that was so interesting that they beat them, right? That was a good match. That first Dynasty Fit match, that was a great
Oh my
match.
god, it's so good.
And the Sunday one, even better. I feel like that's what we need.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need in paintball, especially because we had another FTS correspondent on the pro fields. It was really funny how they were talking about how Dynasty started overshooting first, and then
They did?
Yep, Dynasty started overshooting first, and then Colt, or I think they overshot Colt first.
Yep. Colt and Cyrus were.
Yep,
They got it back in blood, bro.
exactly right. So I think Colt got overshot. Cyrus sees that and he's like, "Oh, okay." And so he let some other guy have it. I think he let Harrison have it, and just the battle went back and forth since then.
Yeah, it was awesome to see.
That's the kind of shit we need
And-
in paintball.
Need
Bro,
that.
I have this celebration of Cyrus giggling like a child and saying goodbye to Dynasty as they walked off the field.
Damn,
Like it's disgusting. It's so funny.
it's so
No.
good.
No, segue from this. What do you guys think about Goldman's attitude with like bickering with all the other players during this event?
I mean, I think it's a persona, if you will. I think that realistically, it's kind of like that Mamba mindset where he was saying to Nick Laval, he's like, you don't know what the fuck it takes, right? So for Mouse for what it takes to be this consistent, where who won the first event? Was that Damage as well?
I forget who won Tampa.
That just shows how
Yeah.
much a show like if you don't like you have to win cup to like be remembered. But
Yeah.
who won the first event? Why am I
Yeah,
drawing a blank with this?
I got it. Well, I got it right here.
I usually only remember events that I actually work and go to.
Legion won.
Okay, Legion won, right? But so
That's why we didn't remember.
yeah, straight up,
Freaking
dude.
communist.
Amen. America, baby, America.
It's America.
But I think Mouse, like when he loses, it just triggers this thing inside of him where he's like, dude, like he's not one of those guys that posts his progress. He's very behind closed doors to where I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of like really great players are. They don't post too much about it, right? But I mean, look at Ryan Greenspan, literally the greatest of all time, and he's the guy who posts the most. So it's like
Mouse said it this morning to what you're saying to support your point. He was talking about it on PTG, and he said he's not a sore loser. He hates losing, but he said that his practice days he looks shitty because he wants to kill himself at practice, overextending, finding those points. Because he's like, you have to find the maximum point that you can push yourself, and then you can go from there. He's like, if you push yourself at practices, because a lot of these teams, like you see a lot of these guys, they want to win practice. And it's like, it's not about winning practice. It's about finding the holes. It's about finding where you can get bounce shots off at, where you can actually like move down the field, what guy has you. Like, if you can actually make, like, dude, Mouse is getting 5 packs, bro.
yeah.
Watching this guy go down the field get 5 packs, 3s, 2s, and that was the whole event. But it goes to show he's overextending himself at practice and killing himself at practice. And it's just, if you make your training worse, then war isn't so bad for you.
Yeah, I
What's
forgot what the quote is where it's like, he who does not bleed in training dies in the field or something like that. And that is very accurate, right? I mean, I feel like this past weekend, Caden, where we were practicing, dude, I feel like we were running hard as shit, like all day. You know, I feel like we were,
so, yeah.
at least for me, I was like really pushing the envelope on how it would be. Poor Aaron, bro. I was fucking him up low key, but
Bro, I was definitely getting frustrated this last practice. I was trying so hard to like keep the balance of like what am I doing? What the fuck is my team doing?
yeah, and Mouse is the kind of guy where he probably gets off the field at practice and just thinks about every single point. You know, I forgot who.
He said he does do that.
Right? And man, maybe I should start watching PGG. I don't know, but
I'm just a huge fan of Mouse.
I am as well. I think that he has that Mamba mentality. It's hard to like describe it as anything else because we haven't really, seen anything
Bro, he's
similar
a Jason
to it.
Voorhees mentality.
That's a
He
great.
wants to kill everybody,
That's
bro.
a great.
He wants to
That's a
kill
great way to put it. That is a great way to put it. And I think that the show that he's putting on is good for paintball because people are going to remember that. No one has played that character yet in paintball. The one where it's like fuck you directly to your face. No one has played that yet. I mean, obviously, I don't know how the 1980s paintball was because maybe it was more lawless back then in the woods. But you know what I'm saying? Mouse being that aggressive is putting him in a different category of player.
Mm-hmm.
Makes him way more there's more intent behind what he's doing right now. At least that's what it seems like.
The way he talks about it is like that. Well, the way he talked about it this morning was when he was talking about extending himself. He's like, you saw it, and he was very true. You were seeing people like when they made it that far down the snake. Like the reason why he's getting so many like 2 packs, 3 packs and 4 packs, whatever, is because he's like, I trained it in practice. I overextended. I ran down the field, and then shot people, and then I've been there before. So he's like, I know to look at the normal places where I see people and shoot there. And you saw people at the event, they would overextend themselves and they didn't push themselves hard enough. So then they get down there and it's like, oh, I didn't think I'd make it this far. And then you can get surprised. Like you blink for a split second like that and don't pay attention, you're getting cut up. So like, dude, watching him and watching Keith both go down, dude, I don't know how you can stop that. Unless you have all 5 guns. Like, those guys were murdering people, dude.
Yeah, and it seems like to kind of relate it to basketball in a way. Mouse is the kind of guy where you need 2-man coverage on that guy. Like, man-to-man coverage for him just is not enough. Especially when you have a player next to him like Keith. There are multiple
the only time
times
it worked was when they had people on him. Like he talked about, and I saw it. What did it take? It took leverage, like shooting 2 to 3 people on his side. If you had multiple people shooting him on the, I think, snake side, he was getting out. But if you put 1-on-1 against him, bro, he's making it in
for sure. Absolutely, right. And it's like to the point to where they almost have to either hit the god shot or get lucky. And obviously you
have to hit the god shot on the move, bro, to the can.
Yeah.
You have to hit to the can to get the god shot.
And the thing is that's not even impossible. Pro's so good that's not even impossible. That's a legitimate and doable thing, especially when you're that good. If your shot is like anywhere above like 30% of the time hitting that guy, that's pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm. I remember when we did the practice against Dynasty Aftermath and Impact, Yarber did that to me. I was pissed, bro.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was getting ratioed.
It's dude, those guys have just been playing for so long. They know how to hit that god shot to where it's like it's normal for them. And that's just kind of like what it takes. It takes 10,000 hours to get there. It takes 10,000 more hours to stay. And I think that what Mouse is doing is great for the sport. I think people are gonna look at that. But it's also, I think it's going to play into his favor overall. But I think it's going to make him less approachable, right? Because obviously that's more of an aggressive style, kind of in your face. But he's always been the kind of guy where the guy will put a fucking balaclava on and puts it over his face so people don't talk to him.
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't know.
But people don't see how good of a teammate he is too.
100%.
Like I was in there.
The guy's not filling pods, but you know what I'm saying? Like the guy is killing it.
No, but he is so supportive of his teammates. Like watching how he talks to his boys. I don't think I've heard a single negative at Dover. I didn't hear a single negative thing to his teammates at all. It was all like, yeah, bro, you're killing it out there. You're doing a good job. Or like when he did talk, like I don't know, man. I'm fanboying. Who did I talk? Oh, I talked to.
So if you're not my brother, you're my enemy. It's basically what.
Yeah.
Valid. Valid.
Yep.
I feel like that's
I
the
forget.
way it is and the way it should be. At least as
forget
as
who
a
I talked-
normal competitor. Sure, it's cool to be
I talked
buddy
to one of
buddy
his-
off the field, but it's like, dude, we're playing against each other, bro. Fuck you.
I gotta find his name just so I don't butcher it. But I was talking to one of his teammates, and I was like, "Hey, can I? Oh, Mark Ireland, he's one of my boys."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Hey, like, can I meet Mouse, bro?"
Mm-hmm.
Cause just I don't know, man. The sport needs more of that. I think we've had too much like cool guy NASCAR, nice guy talk. Like, oh
Yes.
yeah, the dynasty team played well today. You know, blah 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 blah. It's like, no, you're simulating a sport where you're killing people. Like
Yeah.
war. Like, stop being a pussy. Get out there. Like, don't actually punch somebody in the mouth, but like, punch somebody in the mouth figuratively.
I
Absolutely.
like hockey.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a difference. Would you say cocky, Caden?
Hockey.
Oh, hockey. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think that
Get a penalty box.
no, it was funny because Verbal just posted on a video and he collabed with the DMG page, and obviously I still run that shit, right? He collabed the Dylan Boyum JC, where Dylan Boyum just completely fucking punked out JC, just shooting him in the face 50 fucking times. And the thing is that's so good about that clip now is now that time has passed, Verbal, all the experience that he has, he's adding the fucking hit marker sound, he's putting all the zoom in and everything to where, you know, he's really amplifying how much JC got fucked up, right? I don't even know where the fuck I was
love
going
it.
with that. I got distracted.
I
But
love it.
Dino
We need
quit
that
as a
type of
legend.
temperament.
straight up, he really did. That is like the best way to go out. It was funny because the refs, all the comments are like, dude, that ref snatching a fucking $1,000 marker out of my hand, ain't no fucking way that's happening to me, bro. I'm like,
Yeah,
shut
shut up.
Shut
up. You would let him snatch it out of your hands. You wouldn't say nothing about it.
You got it,
Shut
sir.
up.
You got it. Thank you,
Yes,
ref.
sir, I'm sorry. Don't give me a penalty, please, sir. Ugh.
Speaking of that,
Shut
you guys all see the clip? I don't know which tournament it is, but where the ref was like, "Oh, you're
NRPL.
talking."
Yeah.
Yeah, the NRPL. He's like, "I'm gonna give you a fucking penalty." And the guy talks and he goes, "Yeah, I'm throwing it."
That
You guys
was,
think of
that was funny because Aaron, because I post out on my, because whenever I see anything controversial like that, I'm like, I gotta put a poll up. I just gotta see what the public thinks. And
What were the results?
all I'm saying is it was way more 50-50 than what I was expecting. Dude, it was like
Really?
it was like 48-52
In
Really?
favor of the ref?
in favor of the ref just doing his job. That was the 52.
Yeah.
But because I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because one, I've been a ref and people will fucking mouth off and just be a fucking asshole. But I think that the ref is just doing his fucking job. You know,
52%. That's kind of crazy to me.
I
think
think
I
that
think
it-
he's in the right.
Higher for the ref.
I think the
think
ref
he's
is
in the
completely in the right. That's just
100%.
Like, he warned him.
he did warn
He
him,
fucking warned him.
and I
Gave him the present.
and
You
the
know what I
guy's
mean?
like, let me test it. And the thing is, one thing that that I've learned, because my girlfriend has little sisters, one thing you learn about little kids, they'll fucking test you. And if you don't do what you say on that test, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking smack you with a baseball bat, and then they do something, they do the thing, and then you don't smack them with a fucking baseball bat, they're just gonna be like, oh, I can just keep getting away with it. So he just said a statement, because now he's going back to the pits. Dude, what the fuck? The ref threw a penalty on me for no reason. And it's
Keep
like,
crying, kid.
right? Because the thing is, he's you know he is steaming. You know that
The
guy is
equivalent-
steaming.
The equivalent to this hatch that I'm thinking of is at the tournaments when we used to ref, where it's like, put on your fucking chin strap right now before I pull you out.
Yeah, for sure. And I am gracious. There would be some refs that would be like, oh, you don't have your chin strap buckled? Get out. I would be nice, and I would walk over to them, and I would say, put your gun down and buckle your chin strap, or I'll pull you. And then
Mid-game.
mid game, they put their gun down, buckle it. Okay, right? It's not like I'm being a fucking dick about it. I'm still letting them play. And it's a D4, D5 tournament. I'm not trying to ruin someone's very first paintball experience. 'Cause sometimes they just
Yep.
don't know, especially when you're working with noobs, they just don't know everything. We've been doing this for 10 years. We know what's up.
And how many videos have you seen kids like diving in, smack their head, and if they don't have it on, the reason why we have freaking chin straps
Shit flies off.
comes off. Like, you're saving them their vision. Like, come on, man.
No chin strap, Thomas Harr's mask comes off. 100%.
Yep.
Dude.
100%. I mean, I'm not a fan of. I've seen it around, but it's like a chin strap that goes like over the top.
That's the dorkiest shit ever.
I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I get it. I get safety is a thing, but dude, I jump in the ocean without a life jacket. You know, your
If
raw
that's the
dog
case,
life
you just make
sometimes.
a full head mask. Like,
Bro,
I
just
mean-
double strap your stuff, dude. One, it
Master
looks
Chief helmet.
ag. Yeah.
I like double strap. I think double strap is sick as fuck. You know, I
Is
think it's a little bit harder to do it on the Pro Flexes because you have to like really jam into that little gap thing. But
bro.
Flathead screwdriver.
flathead screwdriver, you guys heard it here
Works
first.
every time,
Even,
brother.
even that's my enemy. I fucking hated installing that shit in my mask. It's like a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that the whole thing is with the ref. If you think the ref is too strict, you're the fucking problem.
Yeah.
I think that the people who think that, like, oh, that guy can just fucking mouth off and be a fucking dick to the ref, bro, what is wrong with you? Right? And
Yeah,
the thing
if
is,
you feel
obviously,
like you're so entitled to do that. It's the entitlement in your attitude that's the problem, not the ref. Just
Right.
shut up and listen to him.
it's not like the ref is being a fucking dick. I think that he is setting a statement, setting a line. He's like, dude, do not talk. I will throw one. And the guy is like, yeah, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck do you expect? Like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
No.
Yeah, but it was, the thing is that was very ironic about it is there were some people that were picking the ref is too strict, and I'm looking at them, I'm looking at their pick, and I am just like, you would be that fucking guy, wouldn't you? You would be that fucking guy.
They don't want me as a ref, bro. I used to ref. I was an asshole.
Dude,
I
I
didn't
was
give
a
you any
friendly
warnings.
ref.
I just pulled you.
I was a friendly ref, bro. I would be, I would be the guy where, oh man, I'd give people a heart attack sometimes. They'd hit the buzzer, and I'm like, spin around, and then I'd be like, what's that on your shirt? And they're like, huh? And I'm boom, and you hit him with it, like,
Got
nose up, dude. And I'm like, I'm just kidding, you're good. I would say I was not a very strict ref, but if someone was cheating, bro, absolutely. Especially when the people ride the line. And the thing is with D4, it's not like there's like an age limit, like it's little league. There are people that have been playing D4 for 50 fucking years that cheat like a motherfucker, and they will lie to your face and go back and tell their coach that me as a ref is a piece of shit for pulling.
You will catch them wiping.
I remember, Hatch, when you caught me cheating at a sample. When I got shot in the pod and I tossed it hella quick.
I
You came down
go,
with the pod.
I pick up the pot, I go, up, get out, buddy. Oh man.
Fuck, dude.
Well, those were the good old days, and I mean that just kind of shows where, at the local level, that's what you need. You need people who are going to enforce the rules at a local tournament like that. Because when you get to the NXL, it's even worse. It's even worse at the NXL because not only the refs are not as good the lower and lower division you go, but the higher and higher division you get, which is if anybody who's playing competitive paintball, I assume that's what you want. You want to get better. You want to get to that upper echelon. You want to go from D4 to D3. You want to go from D3 to D2. You want to go from semi-pro to pro. It's only going to get stricter. And I mean, there are very, very few people that can actually talk and the refs won't do shit. AE Ryan Greenspan. That guy can fucking yap, but that guy can tell a story and the ref's not throwing shit.
Yep.
It's just seniority, He's just been in the league so long. These refs know him. He probably knows the ref's first name, It's
A lot of them do. They call a lot of the dudes that were
Ronnie,
they
bro.
call the head ref. Yep.
They would call him by name to where they're like, dude, review that call. Jason, review that call. I mean, obviously everybody knows Jason Trojan, but that is like the thing. When someone feels like they get Jason, replay please. It's just that. And it is way stricter the higher and higher you go. Like who's like a new team? Like if someone on Leverage said something stupid, they're for sure getting a penalty. Just because they're just not seasoned in the game enough, I guess. It's just like unsaid code, I guess, if that makes sense. But
Yep.
yeah, Aaron, what do you think overall about that clip when it comes to the ref being too strict? Overall, what do you think?
I think he was chill about it. He was very nice. Like,
Threw a
I don't know,
minor.
I was-
What a nice guy.
yeah, he threw a minor. Like,
Fair call.
I'm, oh yeah, like if it's not for safety, for me, when I was a ref, I ref like 2 events. For me, if it was, well, more than 2, but most of them was when I was in the military. So I was extremely strict. Now, when it came to safety, I was extremely strict and disrespect. So if you talk to me sideways, if dead man talking, you're gone. Like if you're disrespecting me and I pull you out and you're like, I'm not even hit, get out. I'm not even hit, minor. Like instantly, I'm not giving you like, I'm not giving you the peace talk. Like, hey buddy, calm down. Like no, get the hell out.
Especially if they're not a
Now,
kid.
it was mostly adults that I refed, and it was like, dude, you're playing a D5 event. You have knee pads on. You're like 1 step away from having a heart attack, dude. Check your cholesterol, bro.
High cortisol workout.
100%. Like the high cortisol workout for him was stepping onto the field from his base.
Oh fuck!
Oh.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
rough, bro. God
But
damn,
I'm
dude.
more chill now, so like I should probably try refing just for like have fun. Cause I see like videoing, you see a lot of stuff. Like you can see spray from like a dude getting his like foot hit, and then you can see him dive it off. And I'll sit there like I can't say anything as a videographer, but it's just like
You
I
know.
put out that one. Yeah, dude, I put out a video of the one dude like there was a ref literally right next to me, and I saw the pod like the hit on the hopper, and I like looked over and I'm like, okay, this ref isn't gonna call him. Like
Mhm.
he's literally standing next to me, 10 feet from this guy. And I'm like, okay. Then I see him get shot again, and that's when I did like the cat doing the haul. I
Yeah.
did that voice, and I panned it over to the dude
I do remember that
who's
clip
standing
actually.
right next to me. So you could, I literally had to have a visual of like, this guy is right next to me, bro, and I panned it back. Why don't you call that? That reffing like that bad actually kills events because that event is no longer because the reffing was known for being bad, so teams won't buy into that event.
Yeah.
You have to have good refs.
Yeah. It's
100%.
very important to take care of the refs. The refs, dude, without them, the tournament literally couldn't even continue. Everybody would be cheating their fucking asses off, and it's a thing where they are out there for 10 hours a day in the hot sun, and at least if they're a good ref, they're probably squeegee in the bunkers, making sure the bunkers aren't getting overinflated. They're working hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that just like what you said, it's very important for refs to be high quality enough to be able to call a hit, because that's the big problem with a lot of the people is sometimes if they hire outside sources to be of people that have never played paintball, they just don't know what to look for.
Yep.
Because sometimes, dude, literally, like, there have been times where I've been watching a guy for a minute straight. The second I blink, I open my eyes again, he has a fucking hit on his loader, and I'm like, get out, buddy.
It's one of the hardest sports to ref, to be honest.
It is easily one of the hardest sports to ref, and I think that if you get caught cheating, the punishment should be like so much harsher.
100%.
Because people are just
It
gonna
kills
keep
your
doing
legitimacy. It
does.
kills the event's legitimacy, and it will stop people from buying in if they know that, oh, okay, this team just won because they got through cheating. No one's gonna want to. What team wants to pay $2,000 to enter an event if they know the reffing's gonna suck?
Yeah, that shit sucks. And I mean, at least the way when we would ref, because I was the commander of Field 2, right? I was the commander of Field 2. Caden was my right hand.
Second hand.
Sir.
Dude, I would run a strict ship, but I would have fun with it, right? A thing that I would do on my field is whenever there would be a bunkering, whenever someone would get bunkered, I'd make everybody do 5 push-ups. Every ref. I mean, and because the thing is, it's also another thing. That's another weekend that we are not playing sharpening our swords. So just by doing push-ups and something like that while just being around paintball, it's at least something.
Mm-hmm.
Speak for yourself. I was fucking running when I was refereeing. I'd
Dude,
have to run all the way across the field to get a guy out because I saw something where I was eyes on the other side of the field.
and that's the hard part about being the head ref is you kind of have to like stay stationary and delegate your work, and that's why it's really important to have good reactive refs. Because I would need to be like, yo, Caden, go check that guy in the can, and he would run and go book it real quick to go check. If someone is not running in to go check that guy fast, the integrity of the game is at risk. Because now that guy could be playing with a hit, shoots their snake eye, and then boom, dominoes. The dominoes fall in the wrong favor.
Also, stick by your calls too. I've seen really good refs. Like, I remember the one time it was a ball, hit a dude right in the shoulder, and I saw it. The ref saw it, and he called the dude out. And the dude's like, "There's nothing on me. There's nothing." The only thing, because Verbal said paintballs do weird stuff.
Yep.
All right. This hit him. The way it broke, it pushed the paint away. The only paint that was on it was a small little scribble trail.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, because it hit it, bounced off his shoulder, and burst open like a flower. And the only little trail here, but he had the confidence to stick with his decision and be like, "No, you're out. Get out."
Yeah.
The dude complained about it, but he comes back to me and I was like, after the point was done, I was like, "Hey, you made the right call. Like, I saw that."
Especially when a videographer tells you that, you know you made the right call.
Yeah. I have respect for those dudes.
It's because it's a hard game, bro. Paintball is literally the hardest sport to ref, and not only is it hard to ref, everybody is trying to cheat. Everybody is trying their asses off to cheat, not only to win the game but to cheat doing it. Yep. And I mean, at least in like other professional sports, like, dude, how hard is it to cheat in football? Like at the NFL, I feel like it's incredible. I mean, I don't know what classifies cheating besides like deflating the balls and shit, or like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's relatively hard to cheat in anything like badminton, professional badminton. Oh, he's got a 0.5
You're just a pure athlete in badminton, so
yeah,
they don't do that. They're pure athletes.
Pure athletes, bro. I mean, we should start a badminton league, FTS badminton. FTS pickleball.
So much harder.
Oh, I would always get so hyped when I go into gym class and I see the badminton rackets out. I'm like, yes.
Have you seen those memes where it's like this guy will have like he'll be standing on one of those like hoverboards, where there's no handles and you're kind of like going back and forth on it. He'd be on those with like a squat rack with like bungee cables, and this guy, the comments are like, "Oh, this guy's obviously training for badminton."
Oh, yeah,
badminton training.
Hell yeah.
But
my favorite content right now was something similar to that is like going to the stair stepper, for example, and he's like, "Watch me do this with 8 plates," and it's just plates on the ground just connected to him.
Yeah.
But he's on the stair stepper, so nothing happens. That's one of my favorite like videos right now.
I do. I've been consuming way more like gym content. I feel myself transforming, guys. I have to get in there, do my workout, leave, or else I'll turn into one of those guys that just sits at the gym all day.
Yeah, get yourself one of these bad boys.
Oh yes,
One of these bad boys.
I need to order some. I'm gonna order some right after we're done recording. Honestly,
Sam's Club. Sam's Club.
Oh, okay. Fresh tub to crack open, brother.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
I need some of that. But all right, Aaron. We've seen you kind of create some different avenues of content. ARG fishing, ARG construction, tactical. Tell me about that journey and tell me kind of how it's been going and how you try to diversify your content.
It's all stuff that I like to do. So like, I tactical train. I love doing it. And then I work with a training company, and I shoot a lot of their content. And then I'm a firm believer that if you're gonna shoot something, you should have a dedicated platform and page for it. Like, I shouldn't be mixing my training content in with paintball content because like the 10,000, well, Facebook really doesn't matter, but like all the followers that I have came from the paintball content. That's what they want to see. So yeah, and obviously I like to fish. I don't like to, I love to fish. It is a lifestyle for me. I don't have like, oh, this is my hobby. It's like, no, I I have 35 fishing poles out in my garage for a reason.
Damn,
Like
35.
I probably realistically, I think I have like 27.
God damn,
Still,
dude.
I have a lot.
You gotta
I have
take
a
us
lot.
fishing, dude.
26 more than I have.
FTS fishing, dude.
Brother, I have enough fishing gear and tackle, and I sold a lot. Like I sold my boat, both my fishing jet skis. Like I still have enough to probably start 2 whole charters,
Where you at now?
3 charters.
Yeah.
Southeastern PA.
Dude, we low key gotta get our fishing license in PA, bro. Gotta
Dude,
head
I'll
out
take
there,
you guys
bro.
out.
Shit,
Just get it
dude.
in New Jersey. It's free. I go out in New Jersey, so um, I'll go out like 100 miles offshore. So
What? I see some of those fish you
yeah.
catch, and dude, some of those. I mean, I'm not a fisherman, so I feel like I would be talking out of my ass. But dude, I've seen some like very. This is gonna sound so fucking stupid. I see some very colorful fish. That you
Oh, mahi.
captured. Yes, mahi. They're,
Yep.
they're like blue and yellow, right, or something like that, like
Yeah,
yellow and blue.
they change colors, dude.
Dude, I love watching those. Okay, like perfect example. One of my favorite YouTube things to watch is Outdoor Boys. And sometimes he'll go like he'll take his sons and stuff on like deep sea fishing and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Dude, watching that stuff, just seeing the camaraderie of the boat because dude, you're on a boat out in the fucking middle of nowhere. Like the best part about it is just having each other's company. Shooting the shit. I feel like that could be a seriously great podcast. You just take some microphones out on a boat and just fish.
It's so much fun because then I think it's like after mile 5, you no longer have cell service, so it's just a weight in your pocket. That's so I literally use my phone. I'll like have my camera out there, and then I also have my phone to take like really good 4K video, and then because it does like 4K. I think it does HD at like 200. It's like slow motion, 240 frames a second,
Damn.
which
On
is
an iPhone?
ridiculous.
The
Yes,
fuck?
I've
God
tested
damn.
it too. It's
Hey, they
really
filmed 28 years later. Come on
That
now.
is true, dude. That is true.
yep. So, but yeah, I just like go back to your question. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to start different pages, and then the construction stuff, I work, and as my manager, like I'm a manager now. So, well, I've been a manager for 5 years, but now my boss told me he's a superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hey, we hired enough people, and they're certified, so they're licensed. He's like, he's like, you're the only person with kids in a family. All my other guys are like 20, 21, 22. One of them's like 50 years old who has adult kids and a grandkid. So it's like he's
Not
like,
very
you
much
need
in
to spend
between.
time with your. No, it's either kids that are grown up or they are kids themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling me, he's like, you need to take a step back from doing most of the work and you need to take administrative role, which is like rough. I would rather be doing the work. So I have a little bit more time. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start taking construction content. So it's pretty cool because now I'm known in the company as that photography guy,
Oh hell yeah.
and I decked out the company page in all my drone video of like trucks being loaded, blasts in the quarry, um, like just stone coming off the belts and stuff. So like the IT guy was like, "Hey, I need video. I heard you're the photography guy." I was like, "Here's your Google Drive." And he's like, he just decked the company, like billion-dollar company, decked out the company website and like all my stuff.
Dude, you should be
I'm
very
like,
proud of how talented you are when it comes to videography. There are a lot of people that they go their entire lives without finding it. But dude, the fact that you are so good at it, dude, bro. I mean, it's not. It's, I'm very proud of you. I don't know how to make that sound like not weird, at least in my eyes. But I'm very proud of you, Aaron. Dude, that is so
It's amazing.
badass.
I appreciate it, bro.
Straight up, dude. I am glazing. I am glazing because, dude. I mean, you've taught me just so much of just the way, like photos, the ideology of photos. You've taught me a lot about, if that makes sense. Capturing moments, and dude, I'm not a photographer myself, but I I've been trying to take more photos, and dude, you're one of those people that I think of when it comes to capturing the moment. It is people go their whole life without finding it. Dude, you found it, bro. That is amazing.
A lot of my friends told me, like, grew up with me. They told me, they're like, I would never thought you would be a photographer. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, you just didn't give that off. And like, that's the only artistic thing that I have. I'm autistically artistic when it comes to photography.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my mentality. If I'm going to get into something, I'm going to try to be the best that I possibly can do and give 110%. And I really enjoyed photography. So I was just like, I don't know. I just want to see how far I can take it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care about fame. I don't care about, I just want to become famous or popular. Like, I don't care. I just, like the whole paintball thing, I didn't even want to start doing paintball content.
Mm-hmm.
I just got asked to do it. I wanted to do cars, motorcycles, and I wanted to stay working for Harley Davidson. But my buddy pulled me into paintball. And I'm like, well, I'm here, so I'm just going to be the best I can possibly be in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I just shot for it. And here I am. I'm not the best at all. But I'm, I'm up there, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, up
Yeah.
there.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. And, you just thought that, like, I had a question that kind of reminded me of a little bit. Some people chase fame when it comes to content creation. What are we chasing? Like when it comes to, Caden, I guess this one's for you. When it comes to FTS, for you, what are you chasing? And for you, Aaron, for all of your photography, what are you chasing?
For personal, for me, obviously, I want growth and like character development. We've talked about before how it's helped me like with things with like getting a job and whatnot. I think it'd be cool to make friends, touch people's hearts, make it to where it's like, hey, you want to talk to me? Come talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like when you have a platform like this, we're not scared to talk about things. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are. Is there's a lot of conversation that people will nitpick around, especially if they have like a certain vibe about somebody. I feel like that's one thing that I want to portray with this is, I guess for me, one thing that I'm chasing the documentation. I'm chasing the documentation of not only myself, my friends, the people that I want to have on here. Because I don't want to just have like anybody on here. I want to have people that I'm genuinely interested in talking about, especially people when they're my friends. Like Aaron, you've been on here a couple times, and you're one of those guys where it's like, I love asking you to be on because, dude, we always have such good conversation. And you're a very relatable guy. You're a guy that motivates me to where I'm like, yeah, we talked about it last week. What we say about it last week? Hold on. You said it last week, Caden. What was it?
I said it.
Oh, you are who you surround yourself with, right?
Oh.
And when you are who you surround yourself with, I want to surround myself with people that, dude, that care, that have like a passion for something. When you're friends with people who have no light in them, I just can't be around people like that. I just don't like to. I mean, I can, but I don't like to. They drain my social battery because their darkness is so bright. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
And
if you want to be an asshole, hang out with 4 other assholes. You'll be the 5th one.
Yeah. And it's the thing is, it's so easy to be an asshole now. It is so easy to be an asshole to where you can kind of
just a negative person, bro.
Yes, and what people love what is it? I forgot what it is, but it's some kind of quote where, fuck, what is it? Something is like always in duo or some shit. Sorry, I'm fucked up. But negativity, they'll bring you down with them. If that makes sense.
They don't want to see you doing well because they're upset that they don't have the motivation or the drive to do better. So they found a light like yourselves,
fail.
And they want to start dimming that light because their light isn't bright.
That was the perfect way of saying
you down to their level.
Yeah, and when you surround yourself with people like that, it's really hard to like you. It's really hard to like people like that. And we have all experienced people like that, whether it be in paintball or like at a job or just out in the open in public. You will see people like that, and it's like, man, who the fuck are they friends with? I mean, at least for us, where when you created ARG fishing, dude, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, that is a new style of content that I like to watch. You know, not only do I like to watch fishing content, it's a friend that I have that's making his own stuff. It's more personal to me, you know, because I know that if I comment on that shit, I'm going to get a response from my friend.
Yep. And I want to create, like, I want to show people what I enjoy about certain things through my eyes. And the fishing thing, fishing is one of the last bastions of, like, good blue collar people. And what I mean by that is these people will literally give you and I'm not saying this as like a euphemism, like, oh, they'll give you the shirt off their backs. They will. I've seen it. They will literally give you the shirt off their backs if you need it. If you need help, if you're missing something, if they will give it to you. And I've been to these like small fishing towns where there's not even a light in the town. There's like one stop sign, and you go to this old mom and pop. It looks like a shed, but it's like, this is where you go to get your breakfast, your coffee, your sandwiches. It's a store, it's a bait shop, it's a freaking, you can get your lobster pots from there. And they're just good people. You walk in and it's like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you so much. And they want to take care of you. And it's like the aesthetics of that place is so beautiful. And I want to show people that. And same thing with paintball. I don't care about being famous. I don't care about, I need to gain all the followers. And no, like, if you want to rock with my journey, rock with it. Like, if you don't, and I've had a lot of people hate on me, I don't care. Like, there's the door, bro. Like, find yourself out. Like, I don't care.
Absolutely.
I'm off the train, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, if you're gonna be negative, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm just gonna walk away, and that pisses a lot of people off.
For sure. They're like, what? How dare you not give a reaction to me, bro? That is fucked up for me being a piece of shit and now not wanting you to be a piece of shit back to me.
Yeah, they look for it, and I just walk away, or I just tell them, like, straight to their, because I'm a very to the point person. Like, I have kids, I have a family, I don't have the time to deal with you if you're gonna be like that. And I've literally had to tell people on the pro field, like, okay, you're right, when they're wrong, but I just don't want to argue. And they're like, well, what do you mean? And they want the argument, and you're just like, you're just wanting an argument. Get out of my face. And they're just like, oh, you're an asshole. And it's like, okay, I am, but like, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with negativity and your stupidity. Just please do me a favor and see yourself out.
They're like, what's that term that everybody loves, especially now? Rage baiting. They're like rage baiting you. And it's like, I don't know, ever since that term got manifested into like an actual word, I feel like that is just like a thing that everybody's just been doing now. You know, if that makes sense, especially on the internet, because it's so popular on the internet. If you can get a reaction out of some like that, that is one of the biggest avenues of not paintball, but just biggest avenues of content in general. Reaction pages. People will make a page just for reactions, right? And whether it's you giving a reaction over a video or you getting a reaction out of somebody else, that gets views. People love watching that shit.
I'll purposely post stuff sometimes just to get reactions. And it's not to like drive content. It's just to like, hey, I know that this is wrong. Like, I'll post a picture of a fish and I'll be like, I know this is a black grouper, but I'm going to post it this. The first 15 comments is, that's a green, that's a this grouper, that's a this grouper, that's a this grouper. It's not like, hey, that's a nice catch. Like, you caught that grouper off of, you caught a grouper while you were trolling. I've never seen that before. It's like, no, not a good job. It's you got this one little thing wrong and you're an idiot that knows nothing.
Yeah, people love to nitpick the little things and turn them into big. Like, no matter what your accomplishment is, right? Like, if you won the most prestigious award ever, but you tripped on the way up, people are like, oh, dude, why the fuck you trip? You know, people
on this topic, fucking Hatch.
What?
No, I still have a fucking bone to pick with you from last week.
Let's hear it.
If you know where I was going.
Aaron,
Aaron, you're familiar with Disneyland, right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, motherfucker! You were rage baiting me and Brando.
Dude, I'm just saying what's on my mind and who I am as a person, Caden.
All right, so you know Thunder Mountain, right? The little train roller coaster through the
Train
Yeah,
ride.
yeah, yeah.
Train ride.
Yep.
Hatch doesn't think that's a roller coaster. He thinks it's a ride.
I think it's a ride. That's not
Bro.
like it's not intense. That is not intense.
The intensity has nothing to do with it. That's a roller coaster.
I'm just saying, right? Like a roller coaster has some kind of like, adrenaline jump in it. A ride is like, oh, I like enjoying this and
God.
getting the experience.
I've never been to Disney World, but I've seen the videos, so I've never been on that roller coaster. I
Ride.
kind of grew up poor on a farm, so we didn't have the money to go, but I've seen the videos. It looks like a coaster and it sounds like a coaster, so I don't know. I don't have a dog in this fight. No.
It's just fucking rage bait.
All I'm saying is, at least for me, it's not a roller coaster. I consider it a
Intensity
ride.
cannot define a roller coaster.
Yes, dude. Your opinion just has to trump mine, bro. It's not a competition, Caden. You see this guy?
No, wait. Even though you're wrong, you're right.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Got him.
Fuck, bro.
All I needed was to hear that I was right. That's all I needed to hear.
I'll tell Brando the news.
Go tell him. Text him right now.
Brandon, he conceded, bro. You should have been there.
Fucking damn it, bro.
Okay, this is just one quick question that I just have for you guys. Do you guys, Aaron, especially you and me, we kind of grew up in the same-ish generation. Caden, but you definitely have this as well. Do you guys ever remember any of your old school, like, gamer friends' gamer tags that you just don't talk to anymore? You're always like, I wonder where they went. I wonder, like, how they are, who they are.
I didn't have gaming friends.
Not one?
Not as a kid.
Damn. That's crazy,
unless
bro.
it was my actual friends.
Oh, you were the kind of gamer where you just, like, had your school friends gaming with you? Wow.
Yeah.
Lame. What about you, Aaron?
I remember some of them. Yeah, I was not too much high school, but when I was overseas for my first time in Korea, I lived there for a year, and the Korean servers are not big. So when Black Ops 2 came out, that kind of dates me. It was like 2012.
Yeah.
We were playing, and there's nothing else to do except for drink and work. So like I would just play video games like 3 to 4 days a week, and I was playing Friday night, Saturday night, Thursday night, and we actually had like a whole clan. So you'd play, I'd say in 3 days of playing, I would probably play the same group of people. I'd probably see him about 4 times.
Damn.
I'd be like, that's that fucking guy, blah, blah, blah.
Was
I don't remember some of them. I remember my old gamer tag, but yeah.
Was it all in at that point? Because you're playing on Korean servers. Are they all in Korean characters? Like
Some of them, but a lot of them, it's a lot of service members, so you can definitely
I see.
Yeah, you hear like one guy like getting pissed off and like screaming in Hangul, and you're just like, "This is America," because like we stay on a military base. And they're like, "Oh, this Korea," and I'm like, "No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. We're here.
We're letting
It's
you
not
live here.
Korea, bro.
We're letting you stay here."
Yeah, you're welcome for, capitalism. You're welcome.
Amen, baby. Dude,
Yeah.
What was your first gamer tag?
My first gamer tag, I still actually have it.
Me too, bro. Me too.
So it's kind of cringe, but this is, 15, 16-year-old Aaron.
Yep.
I thought I was like, cool. It's Big Boy Aaron 24.
Oh.
So I was like, big boy, I'm freaking. I'm in football. I'm like strong.
I'm big boy.
So I still have it. I'm a big boy.
Dude, mine is mine's half pint killer because I was short. I was the shortest kid in my school. I didn't hit my growth spurt till I was like fucking junior in high school. But so I was like, I remember my cousin. I got Left 4 Dead, but I didn't have Xbox Live. But once you create Xbox Live, you get to create your gamer tag. It's like, oh, you can't just have Aaron as a name because it's already taken, or Caden as a name. You got to come up with your gamer tag. And I was like, oh, half pint killer. That feels pretty gangster. The A at the end. Not hard R, but A. So not killer, but killer. And that was just how it.
You didn't want to hard R that?
No, I know I realistically probably should have in the grand scheme of things, because anything with the hard R at the end just happens to be, you know, great.
Didn't want to
goes
put
so hard,
XX in
bro.
front and behind.
You know,
XX half pint.
I wasn't one of those. I wasn't one of the XXs, you know.
You don't want to throw a 420 or 69 in there?
Dude, XX 420 69. I'm trying to think of like other ones that were like really really good. Or like
Welcome to the
IIs.
Cool Kid
They were
Club.
like IIs, like II Caden II. Have you ever seen those? You know,
Yeah, those are, yeah.
those are what I call cringe nowadays. Like if I were to see somebody with a gamer tag like that now, I'm like, bro, change it, get out of here.
I'm
Bro,
so happy.
I rocked the, because in Korea you had to buy I had to buy a new Xbox and stuff like that, because you can't like ship that stuff overseas. I think you can, but it's super expensive. So I just bought an Xbox at the PX and I rocked just, go ahead Microsoft, make it for me. So I rocked one of those for a straight year.
Mm-hmm.
It was Fainter Steak 1.
Fainter Steak 1.
Yeah, like the steak that you eat. So
Yeah.
people would just be like, all right, faint. Like we'd be playing in there. I'd
Mhm.
be getting like, I was really big on Search and Destroy.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
100%.
Yeah.
Love Search.
100%.
Search and Destroy. So I'd be in there like ninja diffusing. And
Oh,
they'd be like, all right, faint.
Dude.
All right, faint.
yeah, so good, dude. That just brings
I
back
felt
like
pretty
so many
cool.
memories. Cause like back when Call of Duty was actually like good, man. I like glitch spots, trick shots. Like they just don't make it like the way they used to, man. You know,
Bring back the DSR trick shots.
dude. They nerfed the DSR, bro. Oh, they should never have nerfed the DSR, bro. Never.
I was big on ninja, throwing knives. I'd either run the knife as like the secondary,
Mhm.
and I would either do like the pistol grip shotgun, like cut off short barrel.
Oh hell yeah, CQB.
Yeah, I was that asshole.
Amen.
If it was 3-1, if it was 3 versus 1 and I was the one, if it was 3-1 or less, I was winning it.
Yeah, I like with all of my gaming friends, I was the one that was like the best at like clutching, you know, to where my whole team would die, and now all of a sudden it says, you know, I got 5 spectators on my team, and they're all just watching me clutch, you know, like they do not make it like the way they used to. Now all the Call of Duty's fucking lame. You got Nicki Minaj fucking roundhouse kicking you in as an assassination. You got like a unicorn fucking butt blasting you with a rainbow sword. Like, I do not understand what Call of Duty has turned into.
I was an MP7 user. That was what I did for Black Ops 2.
Ooh, yeah.
MP7 was so
MP7.
good. You know, I remember the PDW was super good. The submachine gun, the PDW.
Mhm.
But I remember
MP5 was pretty good too.
the or do you remember the MSMC from Black Ops 2? That was like the main sub that you would use in like esports, was the MSMC.
Yeah.
Because I was huge into esports. Like I loved Optic, I loved FaZe, like Envy, like all those dope ass esports teams. Like I just remember watching, like coming home from school and just watching those tournaments be played out back in the day. Like before I got into paintball, dude, I was like die hard to esports.
Bro, we actually had in our clan, we were called the ASAP clan overseas, and it was because alcohol substance abuse program.
Okay.
So we had a bunch of people that went through ASAP. So we're like, cool, we're the ASAP clan.
Mm-hmm.
And like we legitimately had roles. Like my role was to be outer map control. So my job out of the 5 stack or 6, however it was, I was supposed to patrol the outsides of the map and get people trying to flank.
Mm-hmm.
That was my job.
Yep.
And once there's nobody else flanking, I could then go into the interior, listening to callouts.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had people that were like, "You're gonna go through the center of the map. You know, you two are gonna support the center. Aaron, you're gonna go around the edges and pick up people that are trying to get around or sniping." And I love catching people sniping. You just like throw a knife in the side of their head,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "What the heck?" It's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
You know, before we change topics, dude, I just remember, you know, I would be such a fucking dick. I would have like a riot shield, right? And
Oh
I'd have
my
like
God.
I'd have like my perk
One
as
of
like
those
fat
guys.
as like fast hands, right? To where it's like they're like I'm like scoping them out, you know. It's like slowly pushing them. They're like, oh shit, this guy's got a riot shield. The second they flinch, I am like, whoop, put it away, pull out a shotgun and blast him, pull up my riot shield again. Like, dude, I was one of those guys. Like Modern Warfare 2019, dude, the 725. Oh, that shit was so good. But Aaron, have you ever played Ready or Not?
Yes. Actually, I was just playing with a bunch of my buddies. I love
Dude,
killing pedophiles.
Dude,
I wish I could do it in real
Dude.
life.
We have to play that together, dude. Like that's
I have it,
that's
bro.
what we
I
do.
love
It
it.
is team bonding. Like so, we did it with it was me, Caden,
Just got it.
Yeah, I just got it.
So good,
My other
bro.
teammate Aaron, and two of my other online gaming friends, we had to go into like different calls. We're like Alpha Team, Bravo Team. We're using like the common chat in game. Where you can like push to talk. To talk in
Yes,
there, right?
dude.
Like Alpha Team going in, and we would just take everything so smoothly to where the first time we actually died was like way later in the game with Caden.
Hmm.
And dude, playing with Lastro, like me and Lastro play it. You know Lastro, right, Aaron?
Yep.
Dude,
Oh, Scotty boy. That's
dude,
my
he
that's
is
my
one of
guy.
those. He is one of those guys that is so fucking good at the game. He is so good at the game.
Well, real tactics work in that game.
Yes, that's what's so good
They
about
do.
it. Just something about like just going in, seeing like obviously there's like a doorway and then there'd be like a glass pane above the door.
Yep.
You break it and you throw a flash through it. You go in, you clear the room. That is
You
just
get
so
the
much
little
fun.
thing that you can put underneath the door, the
Yep, the
mirror
mirror gun.
thing, and you
Yeah.
can like. It's like, all right, we got a long hallway to the right, we got an open room to the left, so we float to the left, long hallway, clear through there, dude. Yeah, Valley
So
of the
good.
Dolls, everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies in the Valley of the
Because
Dolls.
everybody's in on it. Even the
Exactly.
wait staff.
I like you take them back to that pool area. You line them all up and you just fucking massacre them, bro. No Russian,
Yep. Yep.
dude.
I was playing the riot shield when I played that game.
He was the
That
riot
was my
shield
that was
guy
my class.
That's awesome.
because we
I'm
all
the dude that brings that M1 Garand, and I'm just like sitting there capping people with a 308.
dude. I like if a civilian does not do what I say, get on the ground as I say it when I say it.
Hmm.
They're catching the pepper spray, bro. I have pepper spray.
Oh, no.
I have pepper spray for that specific reason. Like I
just shoot
sacrifice a
above their
mag.
heads.
I sacrifice a mag just to get the sauce.
Nice, dude.
But,
Nice. I usually just shoot above their head if they don't listen.
Mm-hmm. They're like,
I
fuck
ain't
you,
listening
pig.
to you,
and then,
pig.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then they shoot, and then like, oh, okay, hands behind my back.
Yep. Take
So-
out the 357 revolver and just cap the space above their heads. They're like, oh, okay.
Oh,
like,
you
yeah.
got it, yes, sir. That's
Yeah,
probably.
that's what I thought.
I mean, it's so fun because obviously it's a video game. It's not realistic at all. But if you imagine seeing like a special forces SWAT team like really doing that shit. Oh, you don't want to say no, and then actually like shooting a 44 Magnum round, into the roof. Oh,
I used to clear houses with a saw. You know how gangster that was, bro?
yeah, dude, that's some king shit right there, Aaron. That is so
awesome.
badass.
All the new kids, they'd be like, why do you have a pistol grip sideways? Because you have like a little Picatinny rail. And just put it out there. Never deployed. Okay, so this is all in training. All right? But, no, when you're doing all the clearinghouses with like the new infantry guys, they're like, why the hell does this guy have I'm the only dude carrying a saw.
Mhm.
And then it's like, I have the pistol grip on the side of the barrel. So I'd always just point wherever my pointer finger knuckle is, that's where I'm shooting.
Mhm.
And then plus, if there's somebody like you're about to clear the door, if there's somebody like if you button hook to your left, there's somebody there. You already have the gun cocked up, and you just punch. You just stab through their sternum. So you're good to go.
So fucking badass, dude. I think
That's
Lastro
awesome.
also shot a saw. I think he was also a saw gunman as well. If I am correct. Fucking.
We talk all the time about it, bro.
That's some real manly shit, bro. Goddamn, dude. Honestly, dude, my testosterone is higher just hearing that. You clearing rooms like that. So, dude, thanks for boosting my test. I appreciate it.
I got you, brother.
But okay, Aaron. What are some flaws that you experienced? What would you say some flaws that you experienced being retired from the media world and kind of coming back into it briefly? What would you say some flaws are in the media world, and how would you fix them?
It's funny that you asked how I fix them because I'm already doing it. A lot of people don't know, but and I'm not going to tell who, but I am working with the league for rules for media personnel. So I actually help create some rules for this season.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I'm already being consulted for. I'm not consulting; it's not like that official, but it's just like they trust my opinion, and I'm pretty like low key most of the time. But there is some things like I'm very big on, and reducing the number of personnel on the field is one thing that they actually did. I talked to them about. I'm like, yo, we gotta really count down. Like, we gotta take the number of people media personnel that are on the field, we really have to like bring that down a little bit.
For
And we
sure.
have to focus more on the quality of the content, not just, oh, I'm friends with this person, so I got in.
Yeah.
Because you're reducing the sport. Because I've seen some people take really bad photos, and it's not like you're bad so you don't get in. No, like we want everybody to be on, but if you're not ready,
Prove
that's
your worth.
okay. Yeah, dude, like it's all right. That's the reason why if you want to get a pro pass, you have to submit work. And it's just like everywhere else. Like if you want to shoot for the NFL, if you want to shoot for like me, I need to shoot for the NFL, to shoot for the Eagles. I want to shoot for the Eagles. They said that the work is good, but I need more collegiate content. Okay, I'm not going to get pissed off about that.
Mhm.
I need to get more football related content. They want to see that. They want to see if the skills that I have in paintball is going to then transfer to football.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to get upset about that. I didn't get pissed off. I just said, "Hey, yes, sir. Thank you for even reviewing it." So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, and I believe that's what we need. It's another thing is it's a lot, and I don't care. I'm just gonna say stuff because I don't. I retired from like not retired. I'm just not doing full time media coverage anymore
Mhm.
because I have a family. I'd rather spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a lot of like the negativity, and it's like there is people 100% that are better than me. I get it. Um, but don't maliciously just go after somebody because they're not as good as you or they have a different style than you. And it's like, okay, your style's different. You're wrong. And it's like, no, like, let's not be an asshole. Um, but like everybody else, like, there's not much to really complain about in the media space. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of people that obviously they want to chase clout. That's fine. Um, I just think, and I talked about this. I said it was a huge rule. Like there should be respect on the field if you're getting a shot. And I saw it at this event at freaking World Cup. People, most of my shots that got ruined that I couldn't use content for were people that were being unprofessional in their conduct. I'll use professional language there.
Mhm.
It was unprofessional conduct. Like when I only got into one person's way because they didn't open their mouth. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. I can't see you, and if I don't see you back there first, I'm just going to keep backing up. But I look around. If I don't see anybody behind me or I'm not in anybody's way or if I'm moving, I try to make sure like if I'm rounding a structure, like that structure that's in the middle of the field for the refs to stand on, if I'm going to move, I'm going to make sure because people like to hide there. I'm going to make sure I look over, don't see a camera. Okay, cool, I can move.
Mhm.
Or if I'm in if I know like Enrique's shooting or if anybody else shooting video, I'm going to just, even if I'm going to get blown up, I'm just going to eat the paint and I'm going to let myself get shot because
Mhm.
I'm not going to get in that person's way. There has to be more of that like respect and decorum that way.
Yeah.
Like grow up. You can be shot. Grow up and take it. And I had to tell somebody on the field that this weekend. If they try to get into my shot to get away from getting shot in a lane, I'm gonna get shot in the lane because I want the video.
Mhm.
I literally had to hold them there and pull them behind me, and they're like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "Sometimes you just gotta eat it, bro.
Behind me, little man.
Just stand behind me, sir."
I'll
But no,
protect you.
most of the media guys are really cool.
Yeah.
Very good group of people.
And I like what you're saying about how you're making it more about the quality, not the quantity. Because I mean, at least for me, like at World Cup, dude, like the sidelines, like the thing is, it's also hard about paintball is everybody's wearing a mask. Not only players, but photographers are also wearing a mask. To where it's like when you're making that split second decision, where it's like if you just see a mask, right? Like when there's so many bodies on the sidelines, and obviously everybody's competitive with their photography. Everybody wants the shot. People are competing for photographer of the year now. So I feel like what you said, where there's a certain way to go about it. Be spatially aware, of where
Yeah.
you are. And it just seems like a World Cup, there's just so many fucking people on the sideline. Like, dude, so many.
Yeah.
But you said you're starting to create some more rules for the NXL and kind of like been commissioned for a little bit of that. Are there any other rules you're willing to elaborate on?
Um, we've had some problems, and it comes down to the entitlement of some of these people. And I don't know. I know some. I know who did it, but I'm not a snitch, so I don't oust people.
Hmm.
Um, but we had an unwritten agreement with the people that worked at the lot, and it was,
What do you mean the lot?
hey,
Like, what does that mean? Sorry.
with the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay.
So we come in. If you're pro media, it was an unwritten rule. Like when I go up to those ladies, I was like, hey, I'm and you're not really supposed to do this, but I got away with it once 5 years ago. So I was like, or 3 years ago. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. Um, so I was like, hey, I'm pro media. I'm working for this company. Can I park in VIP? Oh yeah, sweetie, go ahead. Well, okay, you get the in that way. Be extremely respectful. I would ask the ladies like, hey, tomorrow morning I'm gonna stop at Wawa. Do you ladies need a coffee? Do you want water? Do you want this? Oh no, sweetheart, it's okay. Blah 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 blah. And I ask them like, how's your day? Or if I'm going out to my car, because they're giving me the luxury of parking close to the event.
Hmm.
I'm gonna come out in the middle of the day to drop off stuff. Hey, do you ladies need anything? I'm about to go back inside. Or hey, I'm leaving for the day. I have to bring a buddy. I'm taking a buddy back to the house. I'm gonna come back. Do you want anything while I'm out? So we had an issue where a guy, and it was like for Texas, um, I forget the one field, you have to get the VIP is very packed. So sometimes we just can't park there, and we
Hmm.
just have to say, hey, yes sir, yes sir, we'll park somewhere else.
Hmm.
Well, one of these events, a photographer was like, hey, I'm pro media. I would like to park in VIP, and they're like, oh no, you can't. They didn't, except for just saying yes ma'am, yes sir, and just driving off. They started an argument and they started berating this person.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yucky, bro.
So,
Fucking Karen.
yep. So now that's a rule set. We can no longer
Parking VIP.
park in VIP. You have to buy a VIP pass.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
Man, the shit we've done for VIP, bro.
Privilege. Rick ruins it.
Straight up, bro. Like,
Yep.
dude, the things. I mean, just like what you said. Sometimes you have to work your magic. Not. I mean, bribing is a strong word, but being courteous and being nice to them. Getting them a coffee, getting them a Gatorade when they're out there with a fucking umbrella where it's hot as shit, just standing there directing
All
traffic.
day.
Dude, that is an underrated job that people just do not understand about the NXL. Like that's the little things that making sure that Tom Cole does to make a great event. People who are able to
Yeah.
delegate the parking, like run the parking lot so it's not smooth, so not everybody's trapping each other in. I forgot what her name is, but I think her name is Danny. She works like the NXL, dude. She is such a nice lady that every time I see her, I always give her a big hug and always say hi. But dude, the shit we've done to get into VIP. There was one time where there was a kid that was, manning the gate at the VIP booth, and I'm like, oh, my coach said if you beat him, or if he beats you in a race, you'll let us in. And he was like, okay. And so our coach is racing like this 12-year-old kid. And obviously our coach is a fully grown man. He gets the lead on him, turns around, starts pointing at him, like laughing at him, trailing behind him, right? And
Yep.
he's like, damn it. Because the kid knew he used his word, right? He's like, if he beats me in a race, I'll let him in. The kid wanted to race that day and got humbled real quick. But it's a great experience because you always got to treat those guys with respect. And if you play your cards right, you can kind of get anywhere. After we were done pitting for Impact, we wouldn't have pit passes anymore. But for me, like for the most part, I knew every single one of those security guards to where I'd be able to go in and talk to my friends that are pro, because I would always make sure, like, hey bro, like, what do you need? Like, you want a Gatorade? Let me go grab you a Gatorade. And I bring him a Gatorade back because he's fucking dying of heat stroke standing there.
Yep.
And it's not like I'm like a dangerous person going into the pit stealing shit. Like they obviously know me from my experience in the NXL for 10 years.
Yep.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It's the same faces every time, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
like the one lady was like, she's like, I'm sorry, because she sees me all the time,
Man.
and she was like, I know you're pro media, and I didn't even ask her because I knew it was a rule set,
Mhm.
and I didn't even ask her, but I pulled up and I said, hey, how's it going? Good seeing you. Like I haven't seen you since freaking uh since World Cup, and she was like, oh sweetie, it's so good to see you. She's like,
Mhm.
we can't let you park in VIP. I'm like, hey, not even gonna ask. I just wanted to say hi, missed you, wanted to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's the one bad egg that ruins it for the whole freaking group, dude.
Yeah, man, fuck that guy, dude. Because it's like those people are so nice. I would, bro, like I would hate to be a dick to those people because they're doing like such an important job. But it's like, I mean, obviously you don't need a fucking rocket scientist degree to do it, but it's a hard job in itself.
Bro.
It's a hard job in itself, you know. Like,
Would you want to stand out there all day in the heat?
fuck
Like,
no.
Fuck no.
Like last year in Chicago, how hot it was in
Oh,
Chicago.
bro.
Do you want to sit out there all fucking day? No.
It's
Excuse
just-
my language. I'm trying to be a better Christian and not curse. But that was oppressive last year.
Yeah,
That was oppressive. Texas.
dude, so
Oppressive.
hot, bro. So fucking hot.
So do you want to be sitting out there in that heat? No. And also sitting out there in that heat and getting some freaking rude person. I'll just say that. Get some rude person that has an entitled mindset.
Fuck
Come
that
up to you
guy.
and try to belittle you while you've been sitting there probably since, because I'll get there pretty early at 6. They've probably been out there since like 5:30.
At least,
And you're getting there and being an
Long day.
asshole to these people, bro.
like, dude, what a fucking dick.
You're
Like,
better than me.
I cannot stand people like that. And the fact that, you know, they're not just like going to fucking Tom and be like, dude, this guy's being a fucking dick. Like, handle this shit.
Well,
or, you know, or something
it
like
got
that,
to
you
Tom's
know?
attention because Tom's family, I guess, or family friend was working that got yelled at.
Oh, fuck. No.
Okay.
Yep. You're a dumbass and decided to yell at the wrong person because you want to be entitled and not use your freaking feet to walk. You know what? It's 10,000 steps to be healthy a day. How about you get off your freaking ass and get those 10,000 steps in if she tells you to park somewhere else?
But, dude,
Get over it.
I'm a paintball photographer. I photograph
Yeah,
shooting
dude.
ball.
Yeah, I'm a paintball photographer. I'm a big deal. You're not. Okay?
Nobody-
loves you like you do.
Nobody
Shut up.
on this earth is big enough to treat someone like that like shit.
Nobody.
Nobody on
Nobody.
this earth is big enough to do that.
Nope.
And man, that is actually so upsetting because those people are actually so nice and right. I don't want to beat a dead horse and just, you know, just say fuck that guy over and over again. But it's like, dude, like
Oh, I want to.
those are the
Let
people
me
that
tell
we
you
gotta
this.
respect.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Exactly, dude. If Jesus himself can humble himself and will wash his own disciples' feet, you can walk an extra freaking, not an extra 100 yards to
Yeah.
get into the event. You lazy bones person.
Mhm.
I'll say that. I'm not trying to be too mean, but like, fight me, find me and fight me. I don't
Yeah,
care.
like I mean, it's just, man. I wonder whoever that was, bro. That is so
I have an idea who
disappointing
it
to
would.
hear, bro.
I have an idea who it is.
I
I have
you
an
know,
idea.
You know, I know you're not a snitch, so I'm not gonna say it on here. But after, you never know.
After show,
Off
I'll
camera.
tell
Amen,
you some
baby.
stuff that. Yeah, I got some people banned.
Oh,
so I can tell you that
what?
story.
Oh
Ooh.
shit, dude.
Not really
Really?
banned, but it's like people that are just like, I won't say.
You're not
banned.
messing
I
around.
should probably take it back.
Heavily
no, it's
scolded.
just- yes, heavily scolded, and yeah, I'll tell you guys in the after show.
For sure.
What really happened.
Hell yeah.
100%. I'll tell you guys.
That's amazing,
I can't say
Aaron.
it on here.
You know, considering that you were at the point where you wanted to step away, and now you're kind of in this not enforcer role, but you're in this role where you can kind of have influence.
Mhm.
That takes a lot, right? And it takes a lot of humility to not let that power go to your head. You know, to where you really care about the game enough to where not the game of paintball, but the game of photography and media enough to where, you know, there's a boundary that needs to be set. And
And I have to follow it too. So like,
as you should.
I'll make sure to set rules, or help set rules, and I'll be happy with them. And like, it doesn't benefit me,
Mhm.
and I don't care. And because like, I would rather work, and this is actually goes with my job as a district manager too at my work.
Mhm.
I have to put things in places to where I know who can work with who, what can work with what, and I will work a little bit harder if I know it's going to be better outcome.
Mhm.
Like, I don't care. I'm not going to be like, and I hate hypocrites too. I cannot stand hypocrisy. So I will follow my rules harder, and I'll be harsher on myself than anybody ever will.
Nice.
So
Nice.
don't think I'm going to place rules in place and do stuff, and then I'm going to try to skate my way out of it. No, like, I'll be following my rules harder than everybody else follows them.
Hell yeah, bro. That's a lot of self-respect right there, and a lot
Respect.
of self-discipline.
Thanks, man. I don't do it for the praises of the respect. I do it for, I care about what's coming out for media. I think if you call yourself pro media, because when I got pro media and I came up, I was like, I felt really cool. I felt accomplished. And I got there and it was like, I heard, oh, this guy got it because he's friends with this person.
Mm-hmm.
This person's got it because they're friends with the owner of this paint company. And
Yep.
it's like, it took that accomplishment of like what people think, oh, I got on the pro field, on pro media. It just completely washed it right out the freaking door because there was no accomplishment, because you didn't get there on your merit of good quality. You got there because you skipped this couple steps.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you should get to the top on your merit. And
Yeah.
this is where it actually bites me in the ass, because if I want to be pro media, I myself, and I helped put this in, if you do not have a good portfolio, you're not making it in. So just because you make it in once and you slack and then you try to come back in,
Got to resubmit.
you have to resubmit. And if you put in bad content and you try to resubmit that same bad content, you could be doing it for 10 years and you start putting in bad content, you're not going to make it in again. So I also have to make sure that my stuff is on par with everybody else's and as professional as everybody else's, or I don't make it in.
Mm-hmm.
So I could literally be creating rules that I myself could not live up to that standard, and I can no longer make it in, and I'll be on the outside looking in. But if that happens, I'll be happy.
Just keeping
Doggy dog world.
That's just keeping a strict regimen on, quality over quantity.
Yes,
You know,
dude. Yes.
You do not want fucking slacks around. And when people are like, I mean, okay, an example for a player base, it would be like, imagine we're all fucking filling pods, but this one guy's just not doing it because he's the coach's favorite. He's just not filling pods.
Yep.
Rules for thee, not for me. That is the lamest shit. And the animosity that kind of creates towards those people, there's a reason why they feel alienated, because their merit is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome to hear, Aaron. The fact that you're just kind of putting your influence in the game in not only a photo aspect, but as for the future of the media gang.
Yep.
That is amazing to hear, bro. Holy shit.
Thanks,
dude.
man. I
Definitely sick.
appreciate that.
And to change topics real quick, Aaron, you're a dad. Technology is advancing so fast. What are some things that you've experienced that you hope that the next generation gets? Right, like for us, ours was like riding bikes until the street lights came on and then coming back in once there's like that. That was how you knew it was time to come home, was the street lights being on, or like what else are the other examples I got? Like, okay, I remember, this is just a weird feeling, but when you're playing like hide and seek as a kid and you find a really good hiding spot and you just gotta piss like fucking crazy. You guys ever get that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that that is a universal experience that I hope that every single child gets to experience, when you just find that good of a hiding spot and hide and seek.
Yep.
So what are some things that
So
you
good.
get
So
to
good.
hope?
So good that they stop seeking for you.
Literally, dude, they're like, is he alive? Like they're trying to
Man,
call.
he's doing so well.
Yeah, but like, did he go home? You think that they actually like went home early or something, because the hiding spot is just so good. But for
Then you find out your friends actually don't really like you, so they're just like, he's gone now. Now we can leave.
Nice.
Hopefully you don't have friends like that.
and
Hopefully
then
not.
you're just like chilling in the tree having to piss. You're just like, guys, find
It
me.
got dark out, and you guys started hide and seek at 8 a.m., and now it's 10 o'clock at night. It's like, man,
like,
this
"Gu-
spot's awesome.
Guys, are you guys
Hey,
gonna find
guys.
me?
To your question, I'm actually, dude, being a dad, it's so scary nowadays, bro.
Oh,
You're hearing the stuff. Have you heard the stuff about Roblox and all that?
bro. So,
Has Jaden heard about that? Have you heard about that, bro?
Roblox? Of what?
Yeah,
Just
have you
read
heard about?
he loves
Yes.
Roblox. That's funny you
Hold
say
on,
that,
hold on,
Aaron.
hold on.
He
Where-
loves
where-
Roblox, and he said he's
Hold
like
on.
he's like, oh, I
Hold
love
on, he's
I
gonna
play
start
with the
slandering
predators.
me.
That's what he said. I shit you not. He said that.
Me. Nah, I was saying it's fun because I started playing it like fucking a few years ago because I hated it as a kid. I was like Minecraft all day. I started playing it a while ago. I was like people make good games on there. It's good, not, but there are creeps out there.
No, dude. Like
there has
Yeah.
to be
there were-
some sort of barriers and rules. They're trying to crack down on.
I don't know if you ever seen Aaron. You're a military guy. He's Sean Ryan. You ever seen the Sean Ryan show?
That's
Dude,
what
when
opened my eyes to it, bro.
when he talks
Very
about that shit,
tough.
he gets like a guy who's a hacker, and he just shows and exposes what these people are like. He like hacks into their Roblox and stuff.
Within 15 seconds,
Dude.
already getting solicited.
Bro,
And it says like 13-year-old on their profile, and
Yes.
he's already getting solicited by another player within 15 seconds.
bro, it's insane. Like, me and my girlfriend, we have a friend that we know that their daughter, dude. This is why it's so important to monitor your kids' information. Dude, she gave out her address to a fucking predator, and he was going to fucking show up. And luckily that they were related to it. They were related to a cop to where they got that shit shut down real quick.
God.
But dude, it was like, dude, it was this close to being bad. So,
Oh, that's a dead body at my house, bro.
bro, that's what I'm fucking saying.
Dude.
Dude, the fact that, and the thing is, it makes it so bad because I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer and I love playing games. The fact that, like, I mean, when I was a kid, when Xbox Live was in its prime, sure, I had friends that were way older. When I was in middle school, I had friends that were way older than me, but they were never like fucking weird like that, right? And my mom always thought I was gonna get like raped through the TV or something like that, you know, when I was a kid, right? She's like, make sure you use your gamer tag, sweetie, right? If I use my real name, if I use my real name, she'd be like, don't ever say your real name online, right? But dude, nowadays it is so fucking weird, especially with AI. AI is very weird. Like they advertise, like I saw this ad on YouTube. It was this ad where it was a voice changer. It was a live at the moment voice changer. And they were going through all these different voice lines. It was like Optimus Prime. There was some other anime dude. And there was one where it purposefully made them sound like a kid. And I was like, bro, the exploitation that you can use with that.
There's games that have that in the game.
Dude, Roblox is a
There's
fucking
games
game.
that I've
I don't trust a
used game
motherfucker that plays that
changers.
shit.
Bro, so what is Arc Raiders? Arc Raiders has it in the game to where you can change your voice. I'm not sure about the little
Really?
kid part, but I've changed my voice to a female
What?
to play games to go. So if I'm playing against people are going to be a little bit.
You're catfishing.
I'm not catfish. I'm catfishing to leave me alone and give me good gear, or just you down me and just let my boys come pick me up. It doesn't really work like that. I've been told to get back in the kitchen a bunch of times, which is
you get murdered for being a woman straight up sometimes. You know, they're like, girl?
Yeah. Are you an actual girl? Yeah, I'm an actual girl. And they just like hose me down. They're like, get back in the kitchen. I'm just like, nice.
Little do you know.
Nice. Yeah, little do you know, brother. I'd be making the same line to myself. But no, to go to your comment, I'm actually going to try my hardest to limit the technology that my kids get, because using AI, have you also seen that guy from Sean Ryan and there's a reason why I don't post my kids all the time, and I had to take down some photos.
Oh, dude, people will fucking save your shit. Bro,
They'll
it's
take
disgusting.
your kids' photos, put them into AI videos on the black market, and dude, it's disgusting.
That like freaks me out even thinking about, bro.
Ready or not.
That's like some fucking Valley of the Dolls shit right there, bro. Like that is bananas to fucking think about.
And I have 2 daughters, so if you look at the statistics and the studies on how it is difficult, like let's be honest, like it's difficult for women having body image issues nowadays, or just in general. And then if you look at the statistics and studies that they've done for pre-internet and after internet for women having these issues, it has skyrocketed since people have had the internet now.
What is it? It's like when if a girl gets access to the internet before the age of like 13, she's like 50% more likely to have like a body dysmorphia, some kind of eating disorder. Like it's actually insane to think about like how that affects them.
Yep. So I'm going to limit my kids, and here's where I don't care. I care about here's the thing I don't care about is if my kids. I'm not here to be my kids' best friend.
Yeah,
I'm here to love my children, raise them, and keep them safe. They're not going to know that I'm limiting their technology access to save them. They're going to think, oh, dad's just being a square. He's being rude, blah, 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 blah. Like,
once they hit a certain point,
no,
they'll
like,
understand.
they will when they get older.
For sure.
So they won't know for like the first 20 years. They're just going to think, like, oh, dad was just being cheap. Dad was just being this. And it's like, okay, think that. And then when they have kids, that's where the realization hits them. It's like, oh shit, like now I know why.
Yeah.
So no, I want my kids to have that, like, you're gonna go get some dirt underneath your nails. Like when I go out to the shop, I have like a garage at my house. I'm working on my 4-wheeler. My 3-year-old's coming with me. She has her own toolbox. She likes it, and she doesn't know how to use the tools. She's just out there tinking on stuff.
Yeah,
with
I
a
would do that with
frickin'
my
wrench.
grandpa.
I don't care.
Put nails in a piece of wood.
Yep, she helps my dad. My dad's also into mechanic stuff, so the one time she came home and her clothes were covered in grease, and I know my wife was like, why'd your dad let him do that? I'm like, that's actually pretty sick, dude. I like my dad for doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Lucy was helping me put carburetors on engines on the tractors. I was like, hell yeah, dude, that's sick, bro.
And plus for a kid, that like positive reinforcement where they're not really doing shit, but then the fact that an elder is like, oh, they were helping me with this, that boosts their confidence on things that they can do when you eventually do teach them these skills.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, it starts with just tinking things, and it's like putting a nail into a piece of wood. Then it's, putting a wrench and, putting some torque on that bitch, It's like, it all adds up, especially as, like, they get older, because they're sponges. They're sponges. Kids are just absorbing so much information. It's like, I recently learned, because my girlfriend has little sisters. I recently learned how I have to really put a filter on what I say because they're such sponges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they want, like, little kids, they would just want to make you proud and happy. Like,
they think you're
the
gods.
Little stuff that I do. Yeah, and I'm gonna hate the day that my kid realizes, like, the shit that I had to do to, like, be this type of person. Like, try to be a good person, and like, but the little stuff. Like, I take my daughter. My daughter wants. It's so funny. She's scared of ants, but she wants me to catch a shark because I was showing her pictures of sharks that I caught, and she was like, "I want to pet a shark, Daddy." But then she sees an ant, and she's like, "Daddy, I need you to kill it." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I'm scared of ants." I said, "So you want to touch a shark, but you're scared of ants?" Yeah. Make it make sense, kid. But
no, I low-key relate to that shit, dude.
I vanquished the ant. Valiantly.
Vaporized.
I take care of it. But she, like, just wants to help, bro. Like, when I had to rewire my 4-wheeler taillight because I don't know why. Usually headlight bulbs and stuff, you can just, there's the hole in the back of the housing, you just unscrew, pull the bulb out of the hole. No. This new LED housing, you have to literally cut the wires and then cut the wires on the other end to the 4-wheeler, and you have to mate them together yourself, create new connections. Well, my daughter's watching me do it, and I said, hey, I turned the key on. I said, you see that brake line over there? Pull that backwards. And it's working. I said, you fixed it. And she was just so happy.
Yeah, positive reinforcement.
She goes inside. She says, my wife, Sloan, she was like, so how'd you guys do? Like, did you have fun? She goes, I fixed the 4-wheeler, Mommy. And she was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, I didn't do nothing. She did everything, bro.
It's like,
have blast, bro.
You get to teach them how to have pride, but it's not. But it's important to not let them have too much pride, but obviously have humility, right? That's a big thing. Is you never want to have your kid just be one of those people that's just like always bragging to where they're always like you don't want to push it too hard where they're like, oh, I'm like always the shit. You always when you teach your kids how to be humble and kind of how to lose a game, you teach them how to lose. Where they're not like, you see these people when they grow up and they haven't been taught how to lose yet. Like when they get their first one, like a real one, like you see, perfect example is when you see these kids do wrestling, right? And they get pinned for the first time, right? You teach your kid humility in that way, where like good game, like you beat me, like I'm gonna work harder where that doesn't happen a second time.
Yep.
That's beautiful, Aaron. That's fucking awesome. And
great dad.
If I am correct, Aaron, there's one thing that you and I can relate on. We're not very close with our fathers, correct?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
uh
Yep.
it's one of those things where I feel like, dude, you've been on the show so much. I'm like, I remember a lot of the conversations that we had where, us not having a dad there is such a driving force to where for your children, because you want to make sure that you are, him, the provider, right? I don't have kids, but it's like, if I do have kids one day, that's how I would want to be. I would want to make sure that I'm the father that I never had, if that makes sense, you know.
100%.
And it's amazing what you're doing with your kids, Aaron, especially where you're a very aware father, right? You know how the way how the real world is, and it's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows. Some it's great when you're a good enough father to where when your kids, everything is sunshine and rainbows. You know.
It's a blessing if your kids know that.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yep.
I have to be the father figure to show my daughters what real masculinity looks like. And it's not you're going to get into bar fights all the time and fight every single person. It's the type of masculinity that you're going to see your dad if he has to put down a bad person in front of you, unfortunately to save you or the family, he has to do it. But it's also the same masculinity that I'm putting you to bed. I'm reading you your bedtime story. I'm telling you that I love you, that I'm proud of you. And I have these words of affirmation with my daughter. And I'm like, hey, I said, say you're beautiful. She goes, I'm beautiful. I said, say you're smart. She goes, I'm smart. Say, you're pretty. Say, I'm pretty. And I said it so much to her. Now I'll just randomly be like, Lucy, are you pretty? She goes, yeah. I said, do you know that you're beautiful? She goes, yeah. I said, do you know that you're smart? She goes, yeah. And I said, do you know that you're strong? She goes, yeah. I said, how do you know that? She goes, Daddy told me.
Nice.
So it's you have to show, because you have to show those pieces, because the dude that she tries to like bring home and try to like be a partner with eventually, dreading that day whenever it comes, she knows what to look for because you showed it to her, and you're showing her like, I'm trying to be a better, husband to my wife.
Can I
Kissing her in
stack
front of
something
my
on top of that
kids.
real quick?
Yeah,
One
please.
thing that you taught me that I think about all the time is like, and I don't have children, but my girlfriend has little sisters, right? And they come from a not so great background, right? Um, you taught me the words like, I want to make sure that I'm portraying myself as someone who loves his person. I should not
Authentically
shame my
too.
wife, exactly, right? Authentically, right? To where I want to make sure that it's like with the positive male role models that they do look at, me for them is, that I love their older sister, that they know what it should look like. It shouldn't look like, all the bad stuff that, that shit's portrayed on the internet,
Yep.
because
Or that
everything.
they've seen in their own life.
Yes, exactly, right? Because not all of it's the best. So it's very
Yeah.
that was a lesson that you taught me, Aaron, where, dude, I genuinely think of that all the time. So I
It
do
goes for
appreciate
men
that.
too, bro. It goes for men too. Like my little brother. My little brother, he's 13 years younger than me. And it was really sad because we share the same dad, different moms. Um, so obviously he just stopped being a dad to him.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got really upset with his mom, he wasn't upset with her. He was so upset because our dad stopped talking to him, and he was like crying. He was like, I don't know why that Aaron's a better dad to me. And I'm not trying to like pump myself up, but being a good person, and I'm trying to relate it to like what you're doing with the little sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are being a good role model to those girls, because I was a positive impact for my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, dude, like it's going to happen. Doesn't have to be your kids. It just anybody that's younger that looks up to you.
Yeah, that was a big wake up call to me, right? Because to them, they think I'm like fucking Iron Man, you know. It it's so interesting that, because obviously we were kids, but a lot of that stuff a lot of that stuff for at least me, a little hazy. You know, my memory's not as good. I don't remember a lot of things, but I do remember select individuals when I was young, and I was like, you know, that's someone I want to be like. You know, and you list off the characteristics that made them good. You know, and usually it was like, you know, guy who's well represented, you know, or well presented, you know, strong dude, right? Nice, disciplined. You know, not a fucking bum, because even kids can identify a fucking bum now.
They can identify hypocrites too, bro.
Yeah, they can
So
smell
if I
it.
said authentically, you have to like, and I love my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously it's not
Amazing.
perfect. Obviously, everybody's like that. Everybody has arguments, but I authentically love my wife.
Amazing.
So like, kids can tell when you're faking the funk, bro.
Yeah, and
100%.
And you know, kids they don't have a filter, dude. Like they're usually, I mean, unless obviously it's like, did you eat the chocolate? No, but they have chocolate on their mouth, right? But for the most part, like when it comes to certain things, like kids always tell the truth when it comes to certain things. You know, especially you know, it's hard because obviously the little sisters are fucking devious. They love pulling off shenanigans, right? So, so it's very interesting the way I just said that. But man, Aaron, dude, you teach me so many fucking good lessons, bro. No joke. And you know, I guess this next question is to kind of teach me another lesson. If there was a message where we could take this part and cut this, and where you could present this to your daughter in the future, daughters, sorry, with a Z, what would you tell them? What is the message you would leave with them?
When I read that question, bro, I had to think about it at dinner. And mine, it would have to be because I'm a Christian man, and people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, you cursed." Yeah, I have a problem. All right, I'm not perfect. I got to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's that side of me I have to really. When the authentication in me starts like coming out, I just happen to curse. But for my kids, I have to say, pray and try to find God in everything. And it's because even when it comes to the pride and humility thing, it's biblical to. And sorry if I'm going on a tangent here.
Not at all, bro.
About
all good.
The religion part. It's biblical to have pride in your work. That's okay to have pride in your work. But the pride that you were talking about is the pride that's you need to have humility. You also, when you find God in everything, you're trying to find the best in people. You know, Jesus was basically saying like, hey, when you're helping that beggar, find myself in that person. Find myself in the people that you're going to be helping. So it's like, if you try to find God in everything, you're going to be making a positive impact on every facet of your life. Like, pray. That's your time to find God. Praying can also be meditation. I pray all the time. For every little thing. Like, I'm not sure what track I'm supposed to be going down. I pray about it. If that's like, I pray it in a way of like, if this is your path for me, I want to take it. If it's not, because I'm a very dense person, make it very well known that this is where I'm supposed to be going. And I think if my kids just keep following that and try to find the good in everybody, and there's also, you know, it's biblical to not let people take advantage of you. Stand firm. Like, especially men, stand firm, act like men. Be the shelter for people. You know what I mean? So like when both my daughters find the man for them, make sure that man is a sanctuary for you, protects you, and is doing all the things that I'm trying to do for you. I don't know, it's a little drawn out, but that's the best thing I could possibly think of. Like if I was going to die today and I had to leave that video for my kids, that's where I'd have to like put it.
Amazing, bro. I mean, it's also interesting, especially with you know, fatherhood, and they say it changes you very much, right? But luckily we've been blessed through this podcast where people like you, Aaron, get to share your fatherly experience with us, where it can kind of rub off on us and kind of show us the light of what the future can hold. And
I appreciate it too.
When it comes to being a man, and me and Kaden have talked about this before, is as a man, you have to have you have to be strong about certain things. You have to set boundaries, and you have to have morals. And if you switch up your morals and to where you're inconsistent with your morals, how can someone respect you if you're inconsistent with your morals? If you're saying like, oh, this is good, but this is bad, and then a year later you're like, oh, never mind. There's certain things as a man you have to believe in. You have to trust in yourself and stick on that path.
Yeah, you can even use the biblical stuff. I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. I feel bad.
Not at all, bro.
But you can use, even if you don't believe, you can use those biblical things for your life too. Like they say that it says in the Bible that you're supposed to be the lighthouse on top of a hill.
You're
not supposed to hide that light.
Damn.
Yeah. So you don't even have to believe to try to like put this stuff in action in your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that light, be the beacon on top of the hill that people can come to, like lighthouses. People follow lighthouses for the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Be that person that if somebody's lost at sea, there's fog everywhere, they can't find themselves in life, they can come to you, and you're that good positive light that people can come to and like find help, be a good friend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like none of us are perfect, but it doesn't matter. That's the whole point of being human, is that we're not perfect. And sometimes advice I give isn't always perfect, but it's just what I know, right? And you're like, just like how Caden's advice wouldn't be perfect for every single situation because he only knows certain things in life. And that's the important thing of unity. We all come together and we all have our different strains of life coming in to where we're all giving advice and all bouncing ideas off of each other in a community and with that kind of camaraderie. It creates nothing but not only great conversation, but understanding of how obviously all of us have lived different lives, right? Just like what you're kind of talking about with, you being a Christian man, right? Like I try to be Christian. I genuinely do. But I just have so many questions, and that's my thing, right? I just question everything, and that's my biggest problem, right? But I do try to. Right? I know murder's bad. You shouldn't fucking deceive people. Like I understand, the commandments in that way, right? Because that's at some point logical, right? When it comes to just being a human being, like some of that is logical.
If you read the Bible, though, God does use some pretty bad people
for sure
in life. So like the not being perfect part, like David was not a good dude.
Yeah.
All right, King David killed thousands of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was an adulterer. Slept with a dude's wife, sent him back out to the front lines. He died. You know what I mean? Wasn't a good guy. He wrote, 75% of the Psalms?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but he uses, Moses. He uses a bunch of people that are not perfect people, bro.
Right, but if you use the kind of Christianity where it's like you follow Jesus's teachings,
mm-hmm.
That's where it just seems like there's nothing really too wrong with that, right? You don't even have to be Christian to kind of like to understand like treat people nicely, like use humility, right? You're not above anybody else, right? If you just use Jesus' teachings, that's a pretty good way of living, right?
Yeah.
And I question things every fucking day. Obviously, I have a podcast that I ask 1,000 questions on, especially when it comes to life and the universe and the way things are. But it's important to try to be a good person, and I think that's what I guess Jesus' teachings are. Is just be a good person. Don't be a piece of shit in layman's terms, right?
Yeah.
So,
but respect people's backgrounds, bro.
100%. I
like
think
you guys came from somewhere where I didn't.
Yeah.
So I should respect your guy because you guys are gonna be able to help me out in parts of my life because I didn't live the same life you did. I might need help in certain parts of my life where you guys, I've done that before. Here's how you can do that.
Yeah. That's the best part about the unity.
Anybody.
Yeah. I like what you said. Don't discount anybody. I like that you said that because everybody has value, right? I mean, obviously there's some people that are fucking insane and serial killers, and I don't know how much value they're holding, but we're like people who play
Yeah,
Roblox.
pedophiles aren't people.
Yeah.
They don't have any. They don't have
Fuck
any
no,
value.
dude. All I'm saying is, dude,
Ill.
Dude, did you hear? Oh,
Yeah.
did you hear about that guy who got the death penalty in Texas?
Yeah, but he has to wait like 11 years. It's
no,
not fast enough.
Fuck.
That's in
thought we could
Texas for
watch.
the death penalty. I literally just watched this statistic right before I hopped on with you.
Mm.
The median amount of time somebody sits on death row in Texas
It's like
is
12
about
years.
11 years before they die. Yeah, 11, 12 years.
It's crazy.
That's not fast enough for that monster.
No, I agree. And
Take a potato peeler, tie him down to a chair, and literally just peel off his skin until there's nothing left. That's what he deserves.
death of 1,000 cuts. Like people like that actually fucking disgust me. And it's funny that we were talking about Roblox and all that, because, dude, that shit is the Sean Ryan show. The stuff that he does talk about on there about Roblox, and dude, his podcasts are sometimes like 4 or 5 hours. Of
It
him.
makes my skin crawl. It scares me.
That is the perfect way of putting it, where makes your skin crawl. Or like, Caden, when we were kind of playing Ready or Not, and I'm kind of like explaining the lore, right? We go and we find evidence on a computer, and it's talking about these guys like listing off children for money. The fact that happens in real life is actually so scary. Or like, what was it? Do you ever know the Wayfair scandal a couple years ago?
Yes.
That is so sus that I'm actually still upset that that's kind of like swept under the rug and not looked at and like as hard.
Oh, bro, it's just a $20,000 coffee table, dude.
Named Jessica.
Yeah, this is a Jessica coffee table.
It's like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like,
And,
how are we
dude,
not looking into that?
I watch this stuff, and I'm not sure about you, but it's like any video, movie, anything that I watch, I just like put myself in the person's shoes.
Bro,
if
yes.
If anything would happen to my kids, like that FedEx driver,
I'd kill a motherfucker.
the worst.
I'm going to prison.
With my bare hands.
Yeah.
With my bare hands, and I will be happy doing it.
Yeah.
I never knew about this scandal. I never knew about this.
The Wayfair one?
Dude,
Uh-uh.
that shit is
Caden,
insane.
dude.
Bro.
I'm looking into it right now.
Bro.
Dude, what are you reading right now? What are you reading about it?
That they're like heavily priced, and like the names of the cabinets were like names of missing girls, and
Oh,
Little
yeah,
weird.
Give him the lowdown on it. Give him the lowdown on it. Just the quick synopsis.
Dude.
Do you know about it, Caden? Like, do you
no,
know what
I'd never heard about this.
So it was a child trafficking thing that they were saying, like, so that's a $10,000 coffee table or a closet, stationary
Right.
closet, and it's named Jessica. Why is this closet that you can buy at Walmart for like $150? Why is it $10,000? Well, they're saying that except for the cabinet, it would be a kid, and that's how they would traffic it. But then
That's so
that was the
fucking
scandal.
insane to think about, right? And the thing is with scandals, obviously it's all with like accusations and everything like that. Like the law requires evidence and blah blah blah. But
A claim suggested that the SKU numbers, when searched in the Russian search engine Yandex, produced images of women, and that other items like pillows were oddly overpriced.
dude, so
Oh.
crazy, right? Like I just watched a video of Nick Shirley. Holy fuck, fucking plane's about to crash. You hear that shit?
You better watch, dog.
God damn, dude, fucking insane. But this video, it was Nick Shirley was on the Sean Ryan show, right? And he's obviously that guy's been kind of are you guys familiar with Nick Shirley at all?
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, that guy. There's like tons of fraud, right? And so he said on the show, he was like, his mom got a call from the Russian mafia saying that if she cares about her son and her whole family, she'll tell her son not to look into the Russian and Armenian businesses.
Yep.
How crazy is that? Like, what?
Bro, it's so scary.
What in this world do we know to even be true? It makes me like that. I question everything.
All this stuff is what's made me like start on this one. I didn't want to be 330 pounds anymore, but So there's another video. I'm not sure if you've seen this one.
I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
It's
The dad about predators
the
on why they
pedophile.
on why they choose
Yep.
the children. Oh, this shit
Caden, have
disgusts
you
me.
seen that?
Another reason why
what?
I'm going to the gym as well, Aaron.
So there was a very so cringe to say famous, but a most notorious pedophile. The dude didn't have like he didn't care what color you were, anything, age, nothing. He just wanted a victim. Dude was a
Fucking sicko.
yeah. Yeah. So this one lady asked him, like, how did you choose your victims since you don't have a preset of like, I want an Asian kid? No. He was like, well, so I look around, I look at the families, but most importantly, I look at the dad. He's like, if the dad looks like a threat, he's like, I won't touch that kid. He's like, if the dad looks like he is dangerous, he's like, I just won't touch him.
I've heard this. I have heard this. I've heard
Yeah.
this.
And it's like, bro, and I'm not a helicopter parent, but when I play with my kids at the playground. They are not more than like 2 to 3 arm lengths away from me. And it's because also there's scandals now where people will have trafficked kids with them. And I've just heard, I'm not sure if it's true.
Uh-huh.
But
Scary
they
as a
will have
parent to even hear.
Yeah. So they'll have trafficked kids with them. They'll bring them to parks. Your kid will start playing with this kid. And they look for parents that aren't paying attention to their fucking kids that are on their phone.
Dude.
So then they'll be like, hey, I'm going to go back to the car. I'm going to beat my horn. Come back when I beat my horn. Well, they'll wait till the parent's not paying attention. They'll beep the horn. Your kid's already playing with their kid. So they might just leave with that kid. That's how they take your
Bruh.
fucking kid.
Oh my
Dude.
fucking God. That actually gives me like goosebumps and like is so unsettling to think about. You know?
Yep.
Especially with like, I mean, this is also a thing that I heard that is so scary, you know. Epstein was probably just a fucking employee. There's probably people that are way bigger, way scarier than he is that are out there. He just got caught.
So assets and stuff like that. So there's people in the world where I think the Epstein thing was just because it was with kids.
Okay.
So if it wasn't with kids, I don't think he would have ever gotten caught.
Really?
So there's people like that finance. Governments can't touch certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So they have separate entities of people that can go in, finance certain things with other people's money that the government can't touch because they're the government. And then they're like, hey, me and my financiers can help you with your issue. Like research stuff when it comes to the invasion of Iraq, invasion of Afghanistan, Houthis, all this stuff, dude. All this stuff. Our government can't really touch a lot of people. So there's probably millions of Epsteins, but they don't deal with kids. So there's people just like him. His thing was just like the whole kid island. Like, I think that's the only reason why he got so wrapped up. I
Interesting.
mean, rightfully so. Thank God.
Thank
I hope
God
he
he
is
got
dead.
caught.
I hope he's.
You know, the
Yeah.
fact that we're able to save one kid, you know, the fact that, you know, that whole avenue is now cut off to where, you know, these fuckers in
Well,
the
it's not
shadows.
totally cut off, but
Exactly.
they need to.
They're operating in the shadows. You know.
The ATF needs to be disbanded, and then a child trafficking ATF needs to be made, and they need to start going to town on these people.
And the thing
Like
is,
murdering these
the-
people.
do you think that is so great about today's society is you see a lot of the people taking it into their own hands. Not only street justice, where you see the videos of the people beating up pedophiles. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen this one video where it's like, hey, what's going on? I'm Tommy from Colorado Ped Patrol, and then they just expose them. Right?
I love it.
I love those fucking videos because one, those guys should not even be fucking walking the earth. I wish the videos were more violent, as sicko as that sounds for me, right? But it's
No,
like
that's perfectly normal.
Just the
I
fact
wish
that
they were too.
just the
That's
fact that I
fair.
think I'm not a dad, but the fact that just putting myself in a father's shoes, bro, I would want to kill that guy myself. You know, like,
Yep.
and when you just hear these tragic stories about some of these things that these kids had to go through, bro, it turns your stomach once you get to a certain age, because you're kind of oblivious to it, right? Like, I didn't really understand what that was until, you know, obviously my mom would be like, hey, like, you got to be careful on who you're around when I was a kid, right? You know, you could get snatched up, but I never looked.
Yeah.
I never looked past that of being snatched up. You know, like what is past that point, or what even is like what people do that. But now that I'm older, my consciousness is more in depth, and I understand the big picture of things, kind of like 1%. Bro, I'm blessed the fact that I have friends that are not fucking freaks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking grateful for you guys, bro. Genuinely, you guys are fucking awesome. Aaron, you're a fucking beast, bro. Every single time you're on here, you teach me incredible lessons that I'll never forget.
Thanks, man. I'm
But
just glad I can help people out.
absolutely right, and it's funny because the first like 2 hours we're just talking about shooting the shit, some paintball, having changing the game in the media form. Dude, once we get to the second half, once we get to the 2 hour mark, we're just talking about, dude, Valley of the Dolls, bro.
Yes.
Valley of the fucking Dolls.
So actually, on this topic, while we're still on it, you want to know a crazy thing that's happening right now?
Oh God.
There's a school website, Canvas, that's used for a lot of colleges, but also
Yeah,
K
my
through
college
12.
should use it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
currently
man.
hacked right now.
No way.
It's in
All those kids'
the
information.
process of getting hacked. Yeah.
Data breach.
So it's currently down right now for maintenance, but like the Shiny Hunters, like hacking group, whatever, says, hey, we have 3.65 terabytes of information from millions of students. Like, meet our demands by the 12th. So it's what, 5 days from now, or else.
What does that mean?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what did they do? They just took a bunch of like
Data breach. Probably took all their
I don't know if it was,
information, their
information, emails,
address,
medical, mental,
their schedule, where
my
they're at.
God, dude.
So that's actually a current. So I can't access my school stuff right now on that because it's down right now. They're actively fighting that.
Damn, it's like the Lizard Squad when they hijacked PlayStation, but like worse.
I'll send the photo
God,
that you
dude.
had.
Yeah, send me that. That sounds fucking insane. Holy shit, dude. And the thing is,
Bro, what type of world are we living in?
Exactly, and it's only gonna get fucking. I'm obviously like to look on the positive side of things, right? Because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer all the time. But dude, the technology is just advancing so fast that it's like, as much good comes of it, there's always going to be a bad side to it. There's always going to be a negative. And man, dude, I think that the next generation could be the ones who ultimately suffer from all the negative.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, dude,
It's
AI is getting
freaking
so
shame.
fucking good. I'm praying I don't get scammed when I'm older. Dude, like, shit is
My mom will
insane
send me
now.
videos. She's like, she showed me a video the one time. It's getting the boomers hard, bro.
Oh God.
It's getting the boomers real bad. My mom was like, showing me this video, and she's like, "Don't you? Yeah, do you believe this? I just saw this video today." And it's like this wife backing in a boat into a boat ramp, and you can tell it's AI.
Yeah.
Because then like somehow the boat just like falls over, and then the person like. You can see like the mirror on the F-150 like elongates to like 6 feet long and then snaps back,
Mm-hmm.
and then the person that was like falling this way in the boat then just gets right up on the like dock. She's like, "Don't you believe that like that boat just like fell over?" I'm like, "Mom, that's AI."
Yeah.
She's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Look at this mirror. Look at this lady. How
Yeah,
does
yeah.
she float off the boat and then onto the ground? Like, how does that happen?"
And it's only getting better. It's
Oh
only
my
getting
God,
better.
yeah.
Dude, I saw a video of it was an AI video of Conor McGregor in the octagon with a Wampa from Star Wars, the fucking big Yeti guy that Luke Skywalker cut his hand off on Hoth. You know, the big fucking white snow guy.
Yeah.
It was dude, it was an AI video of that, like them fighting in the octagon, and I was like, bro, this is actually so good. Like, there would be people that would believe it. I mean, dude, my grandparents, bro, if I were to put on fucking GTA 5 news, they would believe it.
Yeah, have you seen those videos?
You know, like
Those are so funny.
that is a legitimate thing that, I mean, fuck, dude, my mom, I look, you could probably get her with that, because my mom loves listening to those fucking long ass TikTok people explaining like family drama, and it's like an AI voice. Like, my mom loves listening to that shit. And I'm like, Mom, you know those are AI, right? And she's like, I know, but God damn it, they're so good. And I'm just like, that's how they fucking get you, Mom. God damn it.
Dude, my mom's into the cringe like motivational content where it's the AI
Oh,
voice
God.
and then a real person will like lip sync the thing. Be like, you have a beautiful day today, blah 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 blah. And it's very cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Very cringe. And I'm just like, my mom's like, isn't this funny? I love him. And I'm
Mhm.
like,
Dude,
yeah, and you don't want to be rude, so you're like, yeah, mom, this is
I
this is
know
cool, man.
I know someone who got their, I'm not going to say who it is, but they got their parent got their entire savings stolen because they thought that they were helping out an AI version of Tom Selleck. But it was like they thought it was real Tom Selleck, but it was just an AI begging for money, probably some
Oh.
fucking Nigerian prince.
Tom Selleck didn't have enough money saved up, so they have to go
Fuck
to.
now. He's on Law and Order,
Oh
right?
my
Is that
God.
what he's on? He's on Law and Order. He's on some kind of
I
fucking
don't
cop show.
know.
I don't know,
I don't know, man.
but that
Man,
shit.
Tom Selleck falling on hard times, brother.
You know what I'm saying? He's got to get the granny money. But
Yeah.
all right, Caden, you got anything?
That's
You
crazy.
got anything for Aaron before we start to dim it on down?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Mr.
the jersey!
ARG
Look at the
image.
jersey.
Oh yeah,
Look at the
That's
ducks
that's
on
the
there,
ducks,
brother.
dude.
The graphic tee.
Yep, we're getting some new
Come
duck stuff
on.
made.
Where's G45 World War Paint? Where's the FTS logo? Oh, it's down here. All right.
Yeah,
FTS,
baby. Dude.
Let's
FTS
go,
on there.
baby.
Yep, we made it.
Hell yeah.
Nah, but nice calm question to end the night from me. What is your favorite color?
Teal. Seafoam green, teal. Love it.
You can always trust a man whose favorite
Oh,
color is
fuck it
teal,
on.
bro.
I feel like we got a lot of teals.
I agree. Parker's was orange. Low key cringed at that because orange, orange is cool. I get it for hunters and everything like that, but orange.
It's a very weird, safe color.
It is. Yeah, it's very safe. That's why all the street signs are fucking orange.
Traffic cones, stuff
So,
like that. Yeah.
Men working.
Yeah.
Hey man, maybe I do like orange. Some of that men's working.
Now that you said it's men working, I mean, like orange ain't so bad, brother.
I
Yep.
sure hope they are.
Yep. Right. But
Yeah, the road's working. I sure hope they are.
so to close out, there's this quote that I put on last week, but we never got to it, so I put it on again this week. And I want to. We're big philosophy guys on here sometimes. We hear some quotes and we just like to go down what we think it and interpret it as, right? So, all right. There's so many places in the world where there's graveyards full of men who thought they had more time.
So good.
What do you think of that, Aaron? Like when you hear that, what does that make you think of?
I've always been like very in tune to like everybody's going to die. I've had to face like almost dying a couple times.
Mhm.
It's like I'm finally in tune with that. But it's been a lot thinking about it a lot now with like having kids.
Mhm.
Want to make sure like I leave some stuff behind. So dude, just live every day in the moment. It's biblical. Live in the moment. Don't live for the future. Don't find yourself in the past. But my coach, I'll put something else good to that. My coach said, make sure you can pass the rocking chair test. So when you're a 70-something, hopefully, God willing, 80-something, 90-something year old man sitting on your front porch in your rocking chair, make sure that when you're on your rocking chair, just looking out, thinking to yourself that you don't have too many regrets. Live your life like every day is going to be your last. And then I think that's what it means. Live in the moment, bro.
I like that. Caden, how do you
guys?
How do you interpret it?
Dude, he honestly hit it on the head. Like when you said that, I was like, damn, like live every day how you want to the best of your abilities. Don't have any regrets. Like literally, Aaron just hit it on the head. Like I couldn't have said it any better.
You're absolutely right, Aaron. Dude, you're so wise, especially when it comes to a lot of the life you've lived and the stuff you can convey to our brains. Being I mean, I'm not too much younger than you, but obviously, like, I don't have kids or anything, you know. So I guess
Oh.
mentally,
No, just kidding.
you know. But for me, I feel like it reminds me of, you know, take that risk. Like if you're like, oh man, like I go quit your job, find a new one. You know, take that risk.
Motorcycle.
Go buy a motorcycle. Ask that girl out on a date. Like, take that risk. Do not have any regrets, because do not be sitting on your deathbed and be like, man, I wish I really fucking, you know, I was single all my life. If only I asked Susie out on a date, you know, that one night. Like, have no regrets. And if it doesn't work out, fuck it. You're gonna bounce back. Just have a great attitude. You know?
Hey, don't be scared of failure, bro. You
Yeah.
don't know, dude. Everybody has the same probability of going. I could be gone tomorrow. Stupid freak accident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm driving and a branch falls off of a tree that I'm driving under. Boom, takes me out. And it's, dude, there's another really good quote. And it's, man, I forget it. But it's like, there's been a lot of people that have been on their deathbeds, and it's like, oh, I was supposed to go do this. I had this plan. I should have done this. And it's like, that goes to your point, bro. Just go out there and do it, dude. Buy that motorcycle. Ask that chick out. For you younger people, just don't be scared, man. You don't know if you're going to be going tomorrow.
Yeah. Take the risk, you know? Obviously, there's a thing where if I'm not telling you to fucking jump off a cliff and die, but go take that extra adventure, you know? Go shark diving with your friends without a cage, you know? Take the risk. Enjoy your life. You only get one.
Join that paintball team, bro.
Yep.
Hell
Go
yeah.
out and play.
If you want to up your game and you're playing on a team that doesn't take it as serious, dude, take that risk. You know, take that sacrifice and try to move up. You know, ask your boss for that promotion. Push yourself beyond what you think is possible, and you'll be surprised at what you get away with.
Man.
Take
that class that challenges you, that scares you.
Fuck yeah, Aaron. That is such a great way to put it. You know, never fucking give up. Be that lighthouse for people. And you know, one quote that I love to say: "Let your anger be expensive, and your love be free." Don't let people get a reaction out of you over something small. You know, be a good person.
Don't let them have that power over you, bro.
Yep. All right, Aaron. We got that final question for you, brother. And I'm pretty sure I asked you this last time, but I gotta ask it again. Every single person in the entire world was hooked up to a single conduit that you could speak to every single person in their native language, whatever it is, but they can hear you. What would you say?
Stop being a shithead and let's work together.
Amen. Amen. Unity. We are powerful together, dude. It's like the Bug's Life with the grasshoppers. The pedophiles are the fucking grasshoppers, and we're the ants. And we gotta band together to take out the grasshoppers. You know what I'm saying?
The government are the grasshoppers.
Straight up, bro. Straight up, dude.
Government's the grasshoppers, brother.
Jesus.
If they ever find out that they outnumber us 100-1, our way of life will be over.
And that's the same fucking shit that's happening to this day, boys. But,
Poor white people, poor black people, poor just people in general. We all have the chase for longevity of life. We all want the same things. We all want everything. But there's people that are trying to divide us because, one, it pays, and two, it keeps us fighting so we don't fight against them.
mm-hmm.
I'm not saying to go out and like
Riot.
fight the local government, but if we can work together, yeah, everybody go to the ATF office, take them out. No. But like, bro, we all want the same thing, man.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. Well, boys, Aaron, it was great to fucking have you. And before we close off, we gotta do some sponsor reads real quick. So first, if you guys are listening to this and you guys made it this far, Welt's Clothing. Make sure you guys go use code FTS. Welt's Wednesday for us recording. Today we're recording. It's the 7th. Yesterday was Welt's Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month. Go use code FTS at checkout. Save yourself some money. Everybody wants to save some money. Come on, just go do it. Go get some sick merch. They just dropped like some kind of like metallic gray drippy shirt. Go get it. It's awesome. Scott Stewart, Corey Callahan, Those guys are amazing over there. And second, Hormesis. Everything that Alex is doing over there with Dynasty and Hormesis, Oliver, they're creating some apparel that is incredibly fashionable. Go get yourself a pair. Go spend the money. It's going to a great cause. Last but not least, Capital Edge Paintball Park. If you want to sharpen your sword against the Ducks, Aftermath, Impact, Dynasty, go watch us play. Come out and dude, you never know. Sometimes asking, you'll get some points against us. You'll get a point against Dynasty maybe. Nothing wrong with asking. Take that risk. So, if you made it this far, we love you guys. This is your boy Hatch Caden and ARG Image Aaron Gersecki, man, the myth, the legend. We love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Catch you guys on the next one. Bye.